I had to hustle hard, never give up. I had to hustle hard, never give up. I had to hustle hard. Hustle hard, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up.
Yo, picking up the beat, number time in it.
Y'all forgot they have background music you play in the background while we kicking it. It because a lot of new features in this stream, y'all, bro. And I saw it. There's like a section that says background music, and they got their own little cheesy music you put in there. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and said add music. I said, shit, I'm about to add me some full blast beats in this motherfucker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What it do, man? We back in the building. It's Wednesday. It's the grind mode. You know what we do every Wednesday. Talk about a lot of stuff that's important to us and maybe some bullish, but for the most part, you know, we stay on a lot of positive things and we just kicking it. It's just two fellas, two good friends meeting through the meeting because of music, the love of music, especially from that shirt that this brother is wearing, that Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? And we just like to chop it up and just happens to be in front of y'all. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We see y'all. D-Code, Slick Nick in the building. Serious Biz, Anton, SOD. What it do?
Woo.
Cooks, what up, bro?
Man, I am feeling good, man. Glad to be screen to screen with you, man. Happy to see everybody. Thank y'all so much. And I'm just ready. I'm ready to get it on. I'm amped up, man. I'm ready.
No doubt. Big shout out to Grap Lover and Tigress. They'll be joining us momentarily. You know what I mean? To chop it up with us about a lot of different things. Cooks, they said you have an echo.
I do.
Yeah.
Still there?
I can hear it slightly, but maybe they hear it a little more.
Trying to think what I need to do. Because I don't have nothing on.
Let's see. Let me turn my mic down. Maybe they hear the echo from you.
Okay.
Because my mic is real sensitive. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry about that, y'all.
Check. How's it sound? Sound good?
1 2 1 2. See you here. Still there.
All right, let me check some little audio settings real quick. I found it. Echo cancellation was off. All right, go ahead.
Okay. 1 2 1 2. Ha.
I think
we in there.
that's what he said. Nah, it's called live. Period. That's what it do. But the echo cancellation was off, so we probably straight now.
We in there. I'm good. I don't hear myself.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, bro. So, how's your week been going, man? How was your weekend?
So far, you know what I mean, this weekend was good. Staying with my sister now, like I said from last time, but now I done got my room. Now my room look like it's my room. So, you know, I'm comfortable. Couple of things that I gotta get fixed as far as you know what I'm saying, I gotta go to court for a ticket I had got, but I had it paid and stuff before I get there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be in the system no more.
Man. Don't do that.
You know, I shaved, you know what I'm saying? I had to get the shave on. Shoot, man, really just been
when I was out for a while, my shit was growing, so I'm like trying to see if I can grow it out now.
Oh, for real? You gonna grow it out?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see. I don't know if it's gonna grow out though. I don't know if it's gonna grow out like Grap's beard. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make it happen. Word
Perfect
up.
segue, huh?
It's perfect segue, man.
Hello.
Good
Big shout out to
afternoon. Good evening, brothers. Good evening,
Grap
brothers.
Lover in the building. My brother, good to see you, man.
How are you, my G? Everything
I'm
good?
doing good,
Cook,
man.
what's
Doing
good,
good.
bro?
Man, it's great to talk to you and see you, Grap, man. I feel like I never get a chance to talk to you, so thank you, DJ Tiger, for getting Grap to come on here, man. 'Cause I feel like I never get a chance to talk to you. So, yo, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
All good, man. I'm blessed to be
How are
here.
you doing? How are
I'm
you
good,
doing?
man. Hanging in there. You know,
Okay.
feeling a little shoulder issue. I slept on my neck wrong and all that. So, like, my whole... You know, I got back issues anyway, so anything that go down, it kind of exacerbates it. So
Right.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I hate that you wake up in the morning, sleeping the wrong way, and it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, he was Cooks was talking about how, you know, how he shaved, and I was saying, you know, I was out for the last few days, and you know, caught that vid, and so I ain't shaving nothing, and I'm like, you know, I got through the itching stage. So I'm like, let me see if I can grow it out a little bit. I don't know if my genetics gonna make me grow it, but I'm gonna try. I've been taking vitamins, so it's been growing kind of quick. Yeah,
I'm still, you know, trying to get mine and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It's at a certain length, but it just kind of just sitting there. But it's cool. I'm blessed. You know, I'm giving thanks either way.
That's what's up.
That's it.
Yo, so real quick, Grap, why got you on, man? Me and Tigress went to Memorial Day weekend. Your brother was down here at Atlanta Underground, and you know, like it was worth the wait of me listening to the DJ they had down there playing all this trap music. I'm like, yo, the flyer said 90s hip hop, breakdance, graffiti. And bro, they were playing like mumble rap. I'm like,
wow.
I said, yo, they killing me. So I know they was killing your brother if he was backstage, but
he probably was getting, you know, keeping up and getting himself, you know, in the zone.
Yeah, man, like the whole vibe, you're supposed to keep it, you know, what it's supposed to be, what it was promoted to. But like I said, all in all, man, I saw Skazoo was there.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw Mickey Fax, took a photo with him.
Nice.
And
I never met that brother. I never met him or Skazoo before.
Yeah, that was my first time too. I was like, oh shoot. And I didn't know Mickey Fax actually lives down in Georgia.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we chopped it up for a little bit, and he said he's gonna be, you know, working with your brother on some upcoming projects. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait for that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so then your brother came out, man. He just started doing his thing, DJing, man. But then when he started getting to the peak joints, that's when it really turned up.
Turned up, right?
Yeah, you know that, because that's a special thing when you playing your own, you know.
Stuff. Yeah, everybody loves that, man. Everybody loves it. Because when him and Primo used to do their shows, he would play Preem stuff, and Preem would play his stuff. They would do that. Yeah. And they would switch and play their own stuff like that.
Right.
So.
Like back and forth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was pretty dope, man. Tigress got to take a picture with him at the end.
Yeah,
she had on your shirt. She had the Grap Lover shirt on. Yeah, because he was ready to leave. You know what I mean? And his people that was with him, he was like, "Yo, she got your brother's shirt on." So he was like, "All right." It was dope. It was pretty dope. Word.
Dope. That's what's up. I definitely got that picture on my phone, though. I definitely got that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. So that's
definitely,
what's up.
Man. You know, we gotta always, you know what I'm saying, rep what your brother has done. You know what I'm saying? In this culture, man, it's gotta can't never be shortened for real.
Right. Yes. Well, I mean, shoot, Tiger, you ain't nothing to sneeze at yourself, bro. You done did 30 years, bro.
Man,
Let's talk about it, man. 30 years of DJing, man. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
My friend called Mr. 4th Street, man. He had my cassettes from '92, and we had that meet and greet. He came over, put the cassettes on a flash drive, and gave it to me. And I played like 2 of them on my broadcast, and I was like, oh shoot, so I redid some blends because, you know, the tape quality. I ain't know about EQing or nothing, you know.
Right.
it was dope just to hear it. Like, and I didn't even remember. Like, I was like, I don't even remember doing that, but it was dope to share that with everybody. You know, it was just, I was like, wow, because you know, we wasn't trying to be like, oh, we gonna do this and we're gonna be famous. Nah, we was just doing it because it was the love of it, and that's why I didn't like really archive nothing, because I wasn't looking at myself like that. I was just doing it, just wanting to do it because I seen, you know what I mean, Ron G do it. I seen Primo do it, you know. So I just, and then not knowing 30 years later, like, wow, like people appreciate it. It's dope. It's a dope feeling, man. I appreciate all y'all that's been rocking with me.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. I'm glad I encountered you on, and engaged you and began to just, pay attention, you know what I mean? And then, became a part of that whole full blast tribe, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that part of it too, you know.
Thanks, man. Thank you, man. We so glad you were part of it too, man. We, like I said, we were at the meet and greet, and that was one of the subjects we was gonna start off with, the full blast meet and greet. We talked about on the sports show with me and Queen City, but me and Cooks haven't talked about it. And man, it was just a dope. Like the whole weekend was just, it was just dope, man. It just felt like a fam reunion, like, because a lot of people, some of us met already, but and totally we all didn't meet. So it was just like dope to everyone.
So did it start on a Thursday or a Friday?
It started, it did start on the Friday. Technically, some people came Thursday, like they came a little early, like SOD came, Stub Rock came early. But yeah, it officially had started Friday.
Okay.
And, yeah, man, everyone was just kicking it, man. And like I said, it was like, what, maybe 25 of us? Like, we ain't need 200 people. Like, you know what I mean? We were all just breaking bread and just showing love, man. Like,
I mean, 25 good people is equivalent to about 150 folks. You know what I mean?
Come around all the time. Exactly.
Right, that you don't know or don't really be there for the full support of things. You know what I mean? So, yeah, core is always doper than just the fringes. You know what I mean?
And how we are as we get older, our circle gets smaller because, we weed out all the, the bums and all the people that try to take advantage. You know what I mean? We steady still learning that. So we don't mind the circle being smaller.
Facts, because then you know exactly what you're working with.
Word. Yeah.
Makes it easier.
Makes it easier, yeah. So I got pictures. Yeah, I'm glad you're on, man, because I still got some pictures loaded up. I want to show them last time on the meet and greet. That's Mr. 4th Street.
All right.
Wait, let me take off the this banner so it can see his cover.
Oh, that's Mr. 4th Street right there.
Mr. 4th Street, yup. SOD, Miss Cooley.
That's Miss Cooley.
Yup. And then that's Tigers, of course. Me, SOD, Miss 4th Street. That's Mick Takala with the black shirt.
Yeah.
That's Fly Quai. That's Stub Rock, and that's Toquan, Mr. Dirty South.
Oh, okay.
Word. And
you even got a background. That's dope.
Yeah, I went and got a step and repeat background. Yup. There go B Dub right there. Leaning below with the B on. And that's in the background.
Who's that in the back over there on the left?
In the corner, that's D Cole.
Oh, okay.
Chilling, yup.
Oh, that D Cole. Okay.
Yup. And then the other picture, I had more pictures loaded up, but I do got them. Okay, I still got them loaded up. Okay, so that's my homegirl Desires from New York. That was like my first artist. We worked together in 2002, so we got like 20-something years history.
Nice.
Me, myself, Miss Cooley, SOD. That's Jersey Dude right there in the middle. Fly Quai, Tigress. Yup. And then that's us holding the 2022.
Nice.
And then your squad right there, or dude that's in the middle in the back. You see that's Casbar in the back. Right behind B Dub and D Cole. And then to the right, that's Brandon G.
Brandon G.
Stuff Rock is that. And then you see everyone else. Yeah, man. So
who's that down? Who you holding hands with down there?
That's Toquan. That's Mr. Dirty South.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was during the meet and greet. This was the first day. That was one of the first pictures we took.
Okay.
Yeah, this was Friday. Yeah, that was Fly Quad, Mr. 4th Street, SOD Stub, Me,
Right.
D Cole, and Jersey Dude. Yeah, man. So can't wait, man. And we planning the next one for we're planning like a Pisces season, March 2023.
Nice.
2023. So yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up, man. Look
Mhm.
like it was a really nice event, man. Really went down well.
It did, man. Went well, man.
Mhm.
We and SOD said we got gun range certified Saturday. We went to the gun range.
Oh wow.
SOD's a certified instructor. You
Oh
know,
wow.
so he was teaching there. Me and Tigers, we was on one lane, just getting our practice in. He was
Right.
teaching everyone else that never shot before, and
Right.
it was just dope, man. Real dope.
Can't
So
help but to smile, man. I love y'all, man. I can't help but to smile. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it.
Yeah, man.
it's
It's
good, man.
it just feels good,
Dang.
that people around you that's good, genuine people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in this crazy world,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stuff be
Yeah,
going
these
on.
times we living in, man.
Yeah,
Serious times.
serious.
Yeah, it's
So
good to have safe people around you, spiritually safe, you know?
spiritually, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
the spirit feels good, yup.
yeah, spiritually safe. So
So
that's the
Cooks, you threw a topic. You 3 turntables, 2 mixers, and 1 tiger. Is that the mix
Yeah,
that
that
I
was the
throw?
mix.
So
Yeah.
is that something you wanted to talk about? You wanted to bring it
Well,
up?
that was the 30 years, and I know because when I was watching it, what I mean, it was the celebration, and it was just how like what you was doing was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm proud to be part of the full ass tribe. Like I'm so glad that you was my DJ. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
just seeing how you doing there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a storyline how you were doing it because you was just going through so much different music and giving us
right,
so many different eras of just. But I was jumping, because that's what we say right here. When something sounds good, it's jumping. So like you just
right,
gave us so much jumping music, and then like just the showing where it come from. Like, oh man, that's where that come from. And then we didn't turn it into something else. It was
more like
just
the sample.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what I
thanks, man.
mean? It was just amazing. And then for you to go so long with all them blends nonstop, it was just like I was
full.
just like, what was your inspiration? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, me getting better when I came out of the vid. So that was like my first stream where I was DJing. The last couple ones I was kind of lethargic. I was still kind of, because I had the bad cold from the COVID. So I was
Mm,
just kind of like, it didn't knock me down crazy. It was just like it was just like a bad cold. But I was, quarantined and my vibe wasn't right. So that was like the first stream that I did where I just went in. So I was Grap. He's talking about because I was DJing. I had 3 turntables set up and 2 mixers. So I was
mm-hmm.
blending like where I would play a beat on one turntable, mix 2 different acapellas on the other two, and I just kept going and going and
Mm-hmm.
going, and like my spirit started getting like better, and I started getting more motivated. And I just kept going. So I guess
Mm.
talking about that mix, and then that same week was the 30 year me playing the tape. So it was like it just felt good, like to you know get better from the vid, and then do that show, and then do the 30 year show. So yeah,
and
Just
I
got
want to tell you my
got
favorite
you in a
part.
better place,
yeah,
I want
right?
to tell you, check this out,
Yeah.
Grab. I want to tell you my
Mhm.
favorite part of that when I watched it. Just to let you know I watched it. You remember that part when that little thing messed up on you? And you showed it in the screen, the little thing that you had, like when in the middle of the record, you got this little thing right here, and I guess the bar had went down on it, and it stopped something.
oh yeah, the phase that you
Yeah, the
put on the
phase.
record so it controls the
It was so dope how he done it because he was like, man, golly, and you could just see it in his face, like, man. I'm like, oh man, because I don't know nothing, so I'm like, man, what's gonna happen? And because I'm thinking DJ Tiger that you was just live, but really that was a past recording. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
when you did it, and then you was like, yo, y'all, look at the thing. Y'all like, look at the thing. This, and that. You was like, man, this technology. And then all of a sudden, you did something, and you hit the record, and didn't make no noise, and then you did something else, and all of a sudden you heard that hookah, and he was like, we back, and he just went right back at it. I was like, man,
Oh
this
yeah,
dude bad.
because the phase went out. So I think I pulled the vinyl. I pulled the record out. I said, man, we put a record on there. So I get the tech, the laptop and everything situated. So as soon as it fixed, I was like, we back to blending. But I was like, I was saying, like, yeah, like you know, there are dope DJs that didn't start with vinyl, but when stuff like this happens, you better have some records around to throw on the turntable, or else you're gonna just have dead air until you get the laptop booted back up, or you get, or the phase start working again. So it was just good to feel like, man, I can still, because this is how we did it. This is how we normally did it before the laptop. You take the record, throw it on the turntable, and play it. So that's what I did until it got fixed, you know. But that's technology for you. You know, it's good when it's good, but when it break down, you gotta figure out how to, you know, work around it. So that was dope. That was dope. It happened right in the middle of the show. You know, I was just like, man, I ain't worried. I'm just pull the record.
Real DJs know how to handle them things like that. Work right around it.
You know, when we had the meet and greet, I bought a few records with me just in case it happened during the meet and greet.
That's what's up.
And let it wait for it to boot back up. That's all.
So that reminds me of a situation that happened with me at Camp Low at the Howard Theater.
Okay.
Camp Low was performing and their music died. And I was at the show. Their music died, and Geechee Suede was still on stage, and Sonny had came off the stage or whatever, and their music had died. He was talking to the crowd. I was like, "Yo, Sonny, let me see that mic." He was like, "Huh?" He gave it to me, and I went and I started beatboxing. And then when I started beatboxing, Sonny Chiba started rhyming again. And then I just kept beatboxing. He was rhyming. I was beatboxing until my man fixed the equipment. And then they came in with Lucchini.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So as soon as that dropped, I know everyone went crazy.
Yeah. That was at the Howard Theater in D.C. It might be on YouTube somewhere. It might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's hip-hop.
Yeah. I just came out beatboxing, and he started rhyming again. Everybody like, what?
Yeah.
And then they started the music. I think it was like freestyle or something, like, you know what I mean? And they started the music, and then they rocked Lucchini. I gave it
people don't get like that. That's the culture of it. You know what I mean? That's the essence and culture of it.
That's a part of spontaneity, man. That you know, when technology breaks down, you know, what did you have prior to that? So you got to revert back to that.
Yeah, that should have never left.
Reference that. Yeah, you got to reference that. So,
so
you got to refer to that. So, yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, that reminds me of that. So that's dope, man.
That's dope, man. Word up.
That's dope.
Shout out to Benjamin Small. He said, "What up, Grap?" He said, "I can still make pause tapes." Yo, it's funny. The intro on the first cassette I played when we did the show, it was like a pause intro. Like I was taking different words and made it like a sentence. And the only way I can do that was record it, stop it, make a pause tape. Then like years later, I'm hearing other DJs, yeah, man, I used to make pause tapes. I was like, oh shoot, all these other DJs was doing it too. Like it was just dope to hear other DJs was doing the same thing.
Yeah. Pete used to kill them pause button tapes, yo. He that's what like we talked about before. I don't know if we talked about it before, but that's where a lot of the production for Big Time came from. Was where Pete was involved. It was pause button tapes. He didn't have an SP at the time.
Wow.
So we would blend those tracks together and make a pause button tape, and then bring it to Hev. Hev was like, yeah, let me rock that. And then they'll cook it up in the drum machine and, you know, sample it up or whatever in the drum machine, and you get the co-production.
Sounded better than a lot of people use the beat machine.
Yeah, then you got the SP, and that, you know, it was on from there.
It was on, yeah. Dope, man. Yeah, man, yo, and like I said, we ain't gonna spend too much time on it because we got a lot of topics to cover. You know, speaking of your brother, man, like I said, I follow him on IG. And I saw when he did a post and he was talking about. First, I thought he was talking about. He called himself Chocolate Boy Wonder, but he named some R&B dude, Bobby V, the original Chocolate Boy Wonder. And I was like,
I think it was Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. My bad. Yeah, not Bobby V. Yeah. And I was like, I ain't
and
never
no
heard.
disrespect to Bobby Brown, but you know, we know whose moniker that is. You know what I mean? Like. he earned that. You know what I mean? Like he went through things for years to hone that moniker. You know what I mean? It's not something like some fly by night stuff. Like he defended him. He defended that thing. You know what I mean? Like. You know, he held that name, you know, he held that name, you know what I mean? So for you to come along and just completely dismiss that, it's kind of like rude, you know what I mean? It ain't kinda, it is rude, you know what I mean? And old boy, he's you know, he from the cloth, you know, not really, you know, he's like an attachment to the cloth, you know what I mean? Like a recently sewed on piece to the cloth. The cloth was woven, and then he was a sewn in piece to the cloth, you know what I mean? So it's like for him to carry it like that because of the you know the financial gain you have attained over the years, and the way people, I guess, are in awe of your business acumen or whatever the case may be. Nah, you still got to be a human, man. You still got to be a respectful dude, and you coming from the town, and family put you on. So I know family respect to Big Cuz, but I know he's spinning right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you wilding right now. You're not family, bro. You outside this. You outside. Like I said, you an attachment to the cloth, yo. You know what I mean? You're not family, yo. Yeah. So how dare you? You know what I mean? I don't care what you paid for. I don't care what you did. Like I don't care who in my family likes you. I don't care. Like stop being disrespectful. Period. You know what I mean? And that's just it. You know what I mean? Like, it's disrespectful, yo. And just stop it, B. Find something else to do, yo. Like, you got a lot going on in your life. You know, you got a lot of crap that you got to answer for. You know what I mean? Like, you need to worry about that and focus on that. You know what I mean? You got a lot of lives that you've destroyed. You got a lot of lives that you've put in precarious positions. You know what I mean? People who have escaped with their life. A lot of people didn't. Some people didn't. You know what I mean? So he got a wicked history, yo. You know what I mean? And he needs to like really like look at that and really change his ways, B. You know, I don't want to sound religious, but he needs to repent, B. He needs to repent.
That's crazy, man. But see, to me, what's crazy is like, you know, he's supposedly the gatekeeper, you know. So like no one on his level or around that. None of these dudes get checked, bro.
Yo, listen, man. You dance with the devil long enough. You dance with the devil long enough, you become the dance instructor. Feel me?
Yeah.
So that's what he is now. He's a dance instructor. So watch the people who gravitate to him and all that, and then see how they look in 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Now I'm not talking about people who are not signed to him. I'm talking about people who sing his praises and constantly looking up to him, and you know, and wanting to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't know that he's dancing. He's the dance instructor. Because he done dance heavily with him, yo, heavily. So he's the dance instructor now. He's one of his instructors.
Word. Yeah, and even your brother said he was like, yo, my brother taught you how to dance. Like he was breaking it from day one to now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Pete, he was breaking history. Like we know you, man. We know where you from. Like and he added him to.
I heard Pete put my name in it. I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? But at the same time, truth is truth. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just me. It was like me and like 2 other cats from the Vernon who like basically gave him his swag, yo. Like gave him who he is. Like gave him what he had. You know what I mean? What he had, like, and then he just looked around and took other shit and brought it to the table. You know what I mean? But my man Walt G, you know what I mean? He used to emulate him a lot with the dancing, and emulate myself. And one time he and I had a time where we were trying to create dance routines to be in videos.
Right.
And we was in his mom's garage in the Vernon, and I did a move that he couldn't do, and I think that was the end of it.
Right.
I'm seriously, because I don't remember us doing anything else after that. Like, and I never came back or whatever. never called me back, or he never came. Then he ended up in the Dougie Fresh video for Summertime and all that. So I was just like, it's cool, whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, that brother needs to really look at his how he's carrying himself, man. And if he cares, I mean, he may not even care, you know what I mean? Once you bite the bullet and you live in that life, and you got to upkeep a certain way of living and a certain agenda and stuff like that, you
going to weirdo parties and
you really not caring about the Most High, yo. You're not caring about love and other people and respect and real, you know, authentic art, you know what I mean, and things of that nature. You're not really you about the dollar sign and about whatever, you know, whatever they gonna bring you. You know what I mean?
So if you got to step on to get it, that's when it's
So
change.
It is what it is with that brother, man. I often, I definitely don't want to see him anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to see him, and he probably, I don't even know if he would remember me. He probably would. I mean, I'm sure he would, but yeah, it's just that's it. I mean, you know, for my bro to get that upset about it, you know what I mean?
That showed me how deep it is.
Yeah, that energy is crazy. But I also feel like, you know, it's energy that he might be wasting a little bit because of who he's dealing with on it, you know what I mean, and how the brother carries himself. But at the same time, it's something he needed to express, and he needs to express it. So there it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he don't do that. Like, he's not, you know, like I say, your brother ain't the type that's on IG, like, you know, all these other dudes is on there just, you know, ran whatever this and that. Nah, he speak his mind, and then he about his, you know, he doing whatever he doing, you know. But I just feel like he needed to address it because no one else ain't going to address it. Because like I said, ain't no one going to check him or whatever, you know. And it got my mind spinning. I'm like, yeah, because I remember we used to say, yo, Pete was the one that was doing the ad libs in the background. Now all of a sudden Puff is doing it. We used to say that all the time. Like, yeah, man, I'll bet Pete on that. Because Pete was doing that way before Puff was doing that.
I remember Pete telling me a long time ago that him and Puff was in the elevator together, and he told Puff told me, you know, I got all that shit from you. You know what I mean? So I've always felt like he wanted to have that career, that career of that producer. But then it was like you have to really look like from the dude I knew and the dude I see now. I don't expect much less. Because he always wanted to be that star. He always wanted to be a star, yo.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he, you know, he worked it to now where he is that. You know what I mean? He's doing movies, he's doing television, he's doing, you know, a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? So and that's a part of it. That's a part of a deeper thing, but yeah, we ain't gonna you know, ain't gonna go in there with that. But yeah, but he's doing everything, you know what I mean? So that's what he wanted. He always wanted that.
And there's always like a question, like people saying, well, does it, whatever he's doing, still doing, or whatever he did, does it outweigh him, like bringing who he brought to the industry? It's like, as far as Biggie, like people, like there's a, you know, people always have a woulda, coulda, shoulda. If Diddy didn't come out, we wouldn't have known Biggie, one of the greatest of all time. We wouldn't have known, you know what I mean? Like, so is it, I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, he brought Biggie out, but at the same time,
I'm not going to sit here and not give him some type of credit for some of the things, but I don't know, like, if I could, because I don't know the workings of how he got to the position to be able to say, all right, I did this for Mario, or I did this for Jodeci, or I, you know, with Big, you know, you can kind of say, yeah, because that was his thing. Arista, Bad Boy, that was his thing. You know what I mean? But as far as Mary and Jodeci and certain workings in Uptown, I don't know how that went. You know what I mean? Like completely. It could be somebody. Yeah, it could have been some Kurt Burrows could have suggested something, and and then all right, boom, and then it looks like he gave birth to that idea or that, whatever it was, that notion, whatever. So yeah, but yeah, I give him big. I give him Craig Mack. You know what I mean? I give him Faith. You know what I mean?
Right.
I give him Mace. You know what I mean? Bringing forth these people. You know what I mean? And bringing them to his label, but it still doesn't, credit him as a good person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he still got some things you got to deal with as a person.
And that was the last point I was going to make. I was going to say, for these, these people that he brought out that are, arguably have timeless hits, and for people to still talk about the grimy stuff that's done, kind of shows you, damn, like for all the accomplishments, for people to still like be like, damn, man, you ain't a good person how you treated people. That ain't good. That ain't good.
Not at all. Not at all. And then, I mean, he's even got a documentary out right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On Netflix. I mean,
yeah.
When I heard Andre compare his performance of Missing You to Motown 25, I just was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted.
Oh, they didn't.
Andre Herrera, man. And Madonna's Like a Virgin performance. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe for MTV, I don't know, but
yeah,
maybe it's one of them stickouts for them. But in my mind, nah. Mike, that Motown 25 changed shit.
Come
yo,
on,
like,
I play that now.
Performance like spawned 10,000, 100,000. I'm using a crazy number. Michael Jackson imitators, yo, including myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with the glove on and no Jerry curl, because my dad was Jamaican. We wasn't having that. You know what I mean? I'm blessed that he didn't put me in no Jerry curl, because that downstroy your hair. You know what I mean?
Follow the drip.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm blessed that we didn't get that going in our house. But you know what I mean? Like that one performance, bro.
I still get chills when I play that.
I didn't see that with Puff. I saw that with Madonna. That Like a Virgin had chicks running around in lace, like, lace dresses and lace gloves and shades and, going crazy over her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see that for Old Boy. You know what I mean? So
yeah, people liked it, like when they saw Sting up there performing it, you know what I mean? And it was a whole thing because Biggie passed away, you know what I mean? So yeah, we were drawn to it, but to compare to Motown 20, Michael Jackson, are you kidding me? Like, come on. I play that Michael Jackson Billie Jean video, like when I'm doing a Michael Jackson set and I'll play the video version. Bro, it's like I was there all over again. Chills. You know when he about to do the moonwalk. You know what I mean? It's legendary, man. You can't.
And you look back at his moonwalk back there, it was like, oh, that's all right. But back then when he did it, it was like, yo, he defied gravity, yo, like,
yeah.
He put that joint on Front Street. He put, and that's not even that's called the backslide. Like the moonwalk is forward. Like, you know what I mean? Like you look like you're walking on the moon. That's the moonwalk. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what he did, is the backslide. So and one of my favorite dancers taught it to him, Turbo. You know what I mean? Michael Chambers.
He's got a documentary. I want to watch it on Amazon. I want to do a watch party. Yeah, we gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's on YouTube too.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, same doctors on it too. I believe it's the same one. And yeah, he talks about it in there. I watched it yesterday.
You watch it? It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. He talks about it in there, and yes, it's dope. He's just a dope dude, man. But yeah, but anyway, you can't compare those two. So it's just my take on that.
Word up. Do you Cooks? Do you have anything to add as far as
I mean, he pretty much answered it clear as day right then. It was like going back and forth. I'm just enjoying just listening in the middle. That was, you know what I'm saying? He answered everything.
I can pretty much say I know the cat. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know, I grew up with the guy. You know what I mean? And we were trying to go to work. I know I've told this 1,000 times, some other podcast or somewhere else, but we were trying to both go to work at Uptown at the same time. And Hev told me, nah. He told me, nah, you don't want to do that. You should go, you know, go to school or whatever. Do you know? But Puff was begging him, like, so he finally introduced Puff to Andre, and it went from there.
Yeah.
Went
Wow.
from there. So, yeah.
Dope, man. Dope.
So I stand next to these guys who like my man who was on Drink Champs with him, my man Lou. The roster that was on there with him. That's like my big bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like my big bro. Like, you know what I mean? He came to my 50th birthday party.
No doubt.
You know, and showed love. You know what I mean? That's like my brother. So I stand next to guys who are next to these guys. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's some I can say a few things. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and speak like I walk with the man every day. You know what I mean? But the history that I have with him and observing his actions and things, I can speak to that. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So, yeah.
No doubt, Slick. Yeah, big shout out, Groovy Lou. Word up.
No doubt. Big up to Groovy Lou, my brother.
No doubt. Yeah, man. That. I was gonna say something real quick. It just slipped my mind. Do you watch what I was gonna say was every time I talk to you, I'm like, we need 4 Square Miles, the documentary.
I know, bro.
Word.
I gotta really get on that.
That'd be phenomenal, man. That'd be something Netflix will show, man. I'm telling you. They show a lot of dope, like hip hop documentaries, man. Like, you know, authentic stuff that we would watch. No corny Lifetime stuff, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And just hear the different perspectives of it. You know what I mean? Not just
was there.
Yeah. I gotta really sit down and map that out and trace the history out and stuff like that. And talk to my cousin and talk to Pete and talk to get well soon, Al, my man Al be sure.
Yes.
Get well.
Get well soon, my brother. Hang in there. You know what I mean? We praying for you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
whatever it is going on, you know, we praying for you, brother. So get well soon.
Definitely.
I need to talk to him. I need to talk to, you know, a couple people in the town. And even if I get my hands on Denzel, you know what I mean, to tell me how the town was before any type of surgence of whatever went on. I got my barber I could talk to. He's around Denzel's age. My old barber.
That's the best ones right there. The barbers.
Yeah, my old barber Scotty G. I could talk to him about some history too and stuff.
Shout out to Scotty.
I just got to sit down and that's the dude who when Albie showed, hey yo Scott, it ain't hard to tell, right? Yo,
okay, that's the barber.
That's who cut his hair on the In Effect Mode cover. That's who cut his hair. That gave him that crisp ass line. It's my man Scotty G. Salute to Scotty G. Yeah. And Scotty G was a dude who made up a lot of slang that we were putting on records. You know what I mean? He was making up little stuff that like he's one. It ain't hard to tell. That's what he would say. He would say that all the time. Well, it ain't hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like that. You know what I mean? Like that was his thing. So that's where Albie Shaw had got that from when he was talking to Yo Scott. It ain't hard to tell, right? That's what he would say all the time. Yeah, that's what he would say all the time. And Scotty
did Nas get that from y'all too?
Nah. I don't know, because it could be, because I mean that record came out before Nas's record, so I don't know if he was, Cats was Doug Cats. Everybody was listening to 88 R&B, Guy, Bobby Brown, Albie Shaw, New Edition. When he was with the chicks, that's what he threw on. So you never know, could be. You know what I mean? I bugged out when I found out Dilla used Night and Day in Climax. Making love in the rain is fine. Making love in the rain is fine.
Yo,
he sampled that shit.
My
He
man
sampled it
just
and
posted.
put it in climax. And like I was bugging off of I watched I listened to a podcast, Questlove Supreme podcast with Fonte, and they had Albie Shaw on there, and I was tripping how much they like really was praising that dude and showing him mad love. Like I was like really like bugging off of that. I was like, yo, that's loud, man. Like, and
Yeah.
cats don't know all the female voices, any female or high voices you heard on Living Large album and Big Time album was out. So
Wow.
on Big Time on Living Large, when he said, "Girls come to me and say, Heavy, let me squeeze you," that's Al. That's Al B. Shaw saying that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's Al B. Shaw saying that. And then another record. Of course, he sang all. He sang on "Don't You Know." He sang the hook to "Don't You Know." He sang the hook to "Money Earning Mount Vernon." He sang. I think he sang on "Dedicated" too. He sang a lot on that album, on that first album,
These
"Living
gems
Large."
right here.
And any singing that you heard on what's her face on Big Time, he did it. The "Somebody for Me" joint, that was him.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
because he's in the video. Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, I was there. Like he was like the you know how they have the fifth Beatle. He was the fourth boy. He was the fourth member of Heavy D and the Boys. Quiet as it's kept.
Oh.
And he was coming out as a rapper first because he was sounding like Slick Rick. He used to imitate Slick Rick. And that's why you get, "My name is Albie Showa, rock it to the rhythm."
Because he used to rap.
He used to rap like that. That's how he used to rap. He used to rap like Slick Rick.
You see why we need 4 square miles, y'all?
Yeah.
These are gems right here.
Hip hop at its finest.
And that's why he ended up doing that remix with Slick Rick, "If You Want My Lover."
Yeah.
He loved Slick Rick. He loved Slick Rick.
Shoot.
Yeah. And he ended up putting them on that remix. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what the early. He was like the quiet fourth member of Heavy D and the Boys.
Yeah.
And then he he went and did his own thing. Him and his cousin Kyle West made those records, and he got picked up by Warner Bros. And that was it.
I was thinking like he was like kind of like y'all Nate Dogg. How they have Nate Dogg singing on everything. You know what I mean? Like,
he was Heb's Nate Dogg. Yeah, he was Heb's Nate Dogg. Definitely. Hookman. Hookman and the other any high voices. "Heavy, let me squeeze you." Yeah. That was Al, man. That was Al.
Speaking of singing,
Woo!
the last Verzuz. I don't know if you saw it.
Bruh, that was a torture watch.
Woo!
It was a train wreck, man.
I rewatched it.
Stop watching it.
It was like a train wreck, bro. Like I rewatched it on YouTube. Man, insane, bro. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
What are they doing? You know what's crazy? These dudes, they had the B-list R&B dudes like a pre-battle before the main one, Mario and Mario. And these dudes were acting like, I said, there's nothing worse than B-C-list artists with an ego.
Yeah.
Because they swear, you know what I mean? Like they the ish. And then when you don't perform, you look even worse.
Man. You thinking it's all about you.
Man.
I can't even think it would. This has to be the worst. I put worst verse ever, like a question, but to me, I think it was. Even the ones that didn't sound right because they were doing it on IG and the audio wasn't right, it was still worse than those, man. I'm sorry. Like, theatrics, R&B singers trying to talk tough, and everyone is still hammered off Locks and Dipset. Everyone want to act all tough now.
Yeah.
Like, no, that was hip hop.
Yes.
What's the name? That B-more was coming out of Mario, though. He was talking that talk.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was talking that slick talk to Mario. I had him like, I was like, yo, he might hit this dude in the mouth, yo. He said anything else crazy. I'm like, yo, this dude's about to get it in, yo. Now, The only verses I could think of that was not crazier than that, but was like weird, was when D'Angelo did it by himself.
Yeah, because we were like, where's your competition?
But I mean, I love D'Angelo. Don't get me wrong. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
super dope, funky dude. You know,
Word.
incredible artist. But that was just weird that he did that. But the wackest one, yeah, I think that was the like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I was like,
And
what is going on this stage right now?
and I think that because the Onyx and Cypress Hill was disappointing because it was like they kind of used them as a filler for the box, and it wasn't free. People had to pay, and it was like this should have been better, you know, than.
I didn't see theirs yet. I haven't seen theirs
Yeah,
yet.
it was, man, for Onyx and Cypress Hill to be, because even B Real said it after that, man. He felt like kind of disrespected, like you kind of just threw ours like I was just some type of whatever type thing because it was like a boxing thing. They treated it like a fight night,
like an undercard, like some undercard thing.
Yeah. So it was kind of disappointing, but you know the song, so you were enjoying it from that perspective, but expect perspective of watching all these other ones, it's like damn. But,
and then he killed himself when he brought Tank out too, man. Like, dog, you should, for that you might as well brought out B2K and called it a day. Because I mean, Tank is a whole nother dude. Like, y'all never did he produce a record for him? Did he write a song?
Nah, nothing. So I was like, why did he bring him out?
It made you look weak, man. It made you look like you lost.
Yeah.
So
and
Verzuz is becoming a distraction, man. After the Locks and Dipset was the pinnacle, man. That was the mountaintop right there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're gonna get a better Verzuz than that.
Yeah.
And that and Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, like,
that was dope.
We're getting nothing better than those two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I enjoyed the 8-Ball and UGK. And that was because,
I didn't see that one yet. I gotta check that one out. And the wildest one was the Bone Thugs versus 3-6.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Ignorant, crazy. Yeah.
That was one of the wildest verses I've watched.
I was like, yo, y'all about to really fight and then end this versus? Like, that was ridiculous.
Up, man.
Yo, shout out to Stu in the building. Salute, Stu. Good to see you, bro. Yeah.
Stu Dog in the building.
Yeah, like you said, man, I think it reached its pinnacle. To me, it was like, the verses were, for the pandemic, and it was to celebrate cultural icons. Now it's like, soon as they got attached with the corporate entities, you know what happens.
They throw it in. So they threw it in the marketplace. It got diluted, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got diluted.
Now it's all about a look and a bag instead of just
You know what else was a weird versus? Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu. Wasn't that weird? Was that weird or was it? I gotta watch it again. It looked like
I need to watch it again.
A little weird. I don't know. It might have been. Cool.
I think that's why I didn't watch the whole thing. And I know that was when it was still on Instagram too, so it might have been because of the sound too. But I didn't hear anything bad, but I did hear like it was like some strangeness, but I just didn't know what they meant by it. Stu said definitely weird. Yeah, so. And then when they said I think it was it last year? Or was it this year when they said they were gonna redo a new one over again? We was hoping, okay, maybe it was the ones that were, through IG with the sound. So I was thinking, man, it's gonna be RZA Primo, but it ended up being Timbaland and Swizz. Created. I was like, oh yeah, it figures. So they were showing out and
like when it's really, really dope. Yeah, IG was crazy, man, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Quarantine Radio and D Nice and Tory Lanez was wilding. millions of views. People was getting their views up on that on Instagram.
Yeah, they was.
It was. Yeah, that
The
era was.
Verzuz
Yeah,
was definitely a part of that, man.
yeah.
Definitely a part of that. But yeah, that definitely I think might have been the worst one, man. Like that was just it was just a whole lot of pathetic things going on all at once, man.
Yeah, and like Stu said, who sets these verses up? Like who thought? Like I said, I'm not. I respect to Mario. I like him as an artist, but Mario and Omarion, like y'all can get. Like I'm looking for someone else in our generation. Like when they had Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
When they had Gladys and Patty, like it seemed like they kind of just they're sprinkling those in. Shaka and Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, but there's so many more that
I don't know. I wonder what the protocol is, how they go about getting the artists and stuff.
yeah.
That's what I wonder. How do they go about getting these artists and things? And do they pay them and and stuff like that?
Yeah. Ohio plays versus Cool in the Gang. Come look. You know what I mean? Like
Confunction versus Cameo. Confunction is the band that Cameo wants to be. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Cameo is the band that Confunction wants to be. I say Cameo's funkier than Confunction. I even like their lead singer better. Larry's iller than the other dude to me.
Okay.
They got joints. They got Love's Train. They got a couple joints. You know what I mean? Confunction, but I was more of a Cameo fan, yo.
Right.
The Mortis, the Word Up. Well, I wasn't crazy about Word Up. Back and Forth, Candy, the hits. You know what I mean? Back Me With Your Love. And I think them three came up for one album. You know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah.
Feel Me. They slow jams was crazy. Hanging Downtown with the Primo sample. Yeah, they got heat, yo. They got heat. Skin I'm In when they came, more up to date. Speaking of Skin I'm In, that was the record I ended up finding when I went digging with Pete and Dilla. I was like in awe of them, watching them dig. Like I was like, what the hell am I gonna look for? And I just digging through the I pulled up that record. It was literally Cameo, Machismo album, Skin I'm In, and all that. I was on there. I was like, you over there finding 80s stuff. You dudes was finding vintage heat over there. I just put the record down, just stood by there and just watching them.
Vintage.
That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, he took us to this place called Car City Records that was like huge, man.
Was it Detroit?
Two whole floors full of records, man. Like, full, like big spot. Yeah. And they had an upstairs and a downstairs.
Being there all day digging.
He went record shopping.
I'm in shop.
Detroit?
Yeah. This is when I went with Pete to Detroit.
Right.
Man.
But yeah, it was great. It was crazy, man. He was walking through the mall, and a certain R&B singer came through the mall. He's like, "Yeah, that nigga gay." He was like, "What?" Like, yeah. Everybody know, he gay, man.
Oh, shoot.
Certain OG R&B singer. Word up. I'll get you out of who it is off the air.
Offline,
yeah. K Dub, I'll just say that. Man, K Dub. You know what I mean? K Dub was the dude that we saw in the mall. He was like, it's like, what? Yeah. But the Dilla Dog, man, that was an incredible experience, man.
Yeah, man. Incredible dude.
Now, who would you put him in a versus against?
Bro, it might have to be like D'Angelo did it by himself. It might be Dilla by himself, bro. I mean, to me, it'd be like Dilla and Pete.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Because they're different, but they're both soulful too.
Yeah. And then they would probably go past 20 songs. They was going into their beats and stuff.
Yeah.
Playing just random instrumentals, killing it like that. You know what I mean?
Pull out
They
the
would probably want to
1200.
do it like organic, you know, like real, like let's just play our beats, you know, back to back beats, like, you know what I mean? They probably wouldn't even get to those songs, B.
Right. Wouldn't even get to the songs like
You know what I mean? They wouldn't even get to those songs.
I
Yeah,
would love that.
because they would call each other like in the wee hours, man, and inspire each other. You know, like Frank Nitty told a story. I think it was to me. I think I was there. Yeah, I think I was there, and told me and Pete. He was like, one time they was up. It was like two in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. They might have just came from the strip club or something like that. Hey, Queen, how are you?
What's up, Tiger?
What's up, Barry?
Right, Queen. Word
Y'all
up.
can hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, good. Go ahead, finish your story. I'm listening.
Yeah. So he said it was like 3 in the morning. He was like, yo. Frank, he said Dilla turned to him and was like, yo, I bet you Pete up right now making some beats, yo. Yo, watch this. And he called Pete. And when he called Pete picked up the phone and Pete was making beats. And he played him some stuff on over the beats or whatever. He played the beats that I guess the beat he was working on, the beats, whatever he played them. And he said, Frank said it inspired Dilla to go in the basement and make 10 beats right there on the spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like, yeah, they used to inspire each other, man. They used to inspire.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
That's
what it's about.
Good music.
Yo, fine. Like, I think it was I don't know. I think it was Pete who found this Placebo record first, and he put Dilla onto it, and Dilla used it in the Like Water for Chocolate album and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still hearing, and that's too, and that reason why I said Pete and Dilla too, because like your brother's still putting out the Peach instrumentals, and I know it's beats that he had maybe, if some might be new, but I know it's some that he probably did years ago, and there's still Dilla beats still coming out that's never been released. You know, like their catalogs are just timeless works of art. 30 years and it's still
just think of 1 year of you making beats out of 7 days a week. 5. You know what I mean? For like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Like 1 year. Just think of that for 1 year, how many tracks that would produce in 1 year.
Man.
And he's done that for many years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh, I got a question for Grap. Right quick. Grap, my you know, the Soul Survivor album, you know, with all the collabs on it. You know, like that's you know, that's me. I love that. Like I listen to that all the way through skits and everything. What I wanted to ask, and now that I can, you know, this is the one question I want to always ask. But what was his inspiration by making that album?
I think part of it was him getting the deal with Loud, the deal with Loud which ended up being a one-off because they switched distributors and stuff like that, and then the distributors were saying, we don't want these, we want people, because that album didn't go gold or platinum or nothing like that, but it was a critically acclaimed album, you know what I mean? And it was an album that was definitely one for the culture, you know what I mean? For the culture of hip hop and MCing and beat making and stuff like that.
Right.
It was one for that, you know what I mean?
Radio single.
Right. So when they switched over, they let him go. You know what I mean? They asked, I guess the parent company for Loud was like, yeah, we're gonna let this dude ride or whatever, let him slide. But the inspiration for that album, it's always just him wanting to make dope stuff. You know what I mean? Him just wanting to always create and wanting to make dope stuff. Part of it also was we lost our cousin at that time, my cousin Patrick. He was like he became more involved in my brother's life in his later years. My cousin Patrick, we was always good, good, but he became more involved, and they got closer in the later years, and then he got killed. He hustled, you know what I mean, and he ended up getting. I believe it was a betrayal situation. He ended up getting killed.
Wow.
So that was part of the inspiration too. And then having access, being signed to Loud, and having access to all those dope artists on that label. You know what I mean? That would inspire any one of us. You know what I mean?
God.
You know what I mean? Knowing that you can grab Method Man and Ray and Ghost and going near the whole Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? He's produced almost every Wu-Tang member except maybe Old Dirty and You God has rapped on his beats. You know what I mean? And, I think that's what it was. Just him wanting to just create some dope stuff, and of course, time to eat. You know what I mean? Multiple things, kicking the normal, the typical thing, but the heartfelt thing is him wanting to create dope music. Like he always wants to make dope music, and he's forever chasing that perfect beat. You know what I mean? I think he captured it maybe once with Reminisce. He probably feels like that. He probably feels like he captured it maybe once with Reminisce. You know what I mean? But we laymen with our ears will say, shoot, you caught it a couple times after Reminisce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think in his heart he feels like he's still trying to catch that perfect beat. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I wouldn't say looking for a perfect beat, because then I had to say pause after that. But
man, when I put on Troy, they reminisce over you. Like during say I'm doing like a Friday night set, Tigers is downstairs. All of a sudden she busts through the studio door and she's like, that's her joint right there. That's the greatest. That's one of the greatest songs ever made, man. I ain't saying hip-hop song. I'm saying song.
Bun B said that too. Bun B said that in an interview with Kweli, Kweli's podcast. He said that record is the greatest hip hop record ever made. Like, I was like, wow, that's big from Bun B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big maximum salute to Bun B always. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big shout out to Bun B. Word up.
But yeah, him and Pete, man, they had a different relationship. You know what I mean? When we went there, he left us at the house and went to the strip club. Like that strip club thing, because I'm reading Dilla Time right now. I'm finishing it up actually, Dilla Time, and that strip club thing was very serious for him. You know what I mean? He met the mother of his child in the strip club. So yeah, that was very rich. I think that was like a part of his thing to inspire him to make the music he made. You know what I mean? He had they have a release. They have a vent point, I think. And I think Pete's was watching the Hulk. The Hulk. Like he would watch the Hulk and then go in the basement and make some crazy stuff. Like I seen him do it before. You know what I mean? I seen him do it before. So, we'd be sitting there watching the Hulk, burning something, whatever, and then him go down the basement, man. I bet. That's the next adventure, you know what I mean? So you go down there, twirl up something again, and boom, he on it, you know what I mean? I'm observing, studying, whatever, and he's on it, you know what I mean? And it creation just happens, dope stuff gets created,
I had the single, the Juicy single, and it's on is Unbelievable, and then there's a Pete Rock remix of Juicy, but supposedly he's not credited for it. Like, what's up with that?
So I believe how that went was that because he was just texting me about that yesterday, the day before, like, yo, Grap, you don't remember when Big came to the house? And I was like, I wasn't there. I don't think he came. He played pool because they had a pool. You remember at the end of Straighten It Out, we by that pool table. Like that's where Big played pool right there. He said he played pool. Him him and Puff came and hung out and they played pool, and he made In the Flesh in front of him, and he made this beat that the Source Awards ended up using it. Yeah, it's this beat that he had made. Like I think they used it at the 94 or 95 Source Award. I'm not sure. One of them joined. 96 it might have been. But he made those tracks right in front of Big, and I believe he's the one who came up with the idea for Juicy, and he was gonna put his Pete Rock, like how you hear the remix. Yeah. That's probably how the original was gonna sound. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think Puff, his business mind kicked in, and he heard the commercializing of it, and was like, we're gonna use the original and rock out like that. And
from him
too, he just looped it up. Yeah, he just looped up the original. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't get that bounce to it the way that the remix bounces. The way that remix bounces, he couldn't get that bounce to it like that. So he just looped it up, and then had Biggie rhyme over the original, and had homegirls, chicks from Total sing over it.
Right. Yeah, I knew it was something with that.
Yeah,
but once again,
Mr. Combs been living like that since day one, man. Just living off of something else. You know what I mean? Symbiote style. You know what I mean? Like, he a real symbiote. You know what I mean? Without calling him a leech. You know what I mean? So,
man. So. We was gonna these dogs. There was a show with Tyson. He was just on the Pivot podcast. I didn't get to see it. I saw certain clips of it that really not fascinated, but it was just like, yeah, this dude really has changed. He gets a lot more love.
Yes.
Than he did. He talked about how I forgot the dude, the light-skinned dude. I call him the light-skinned dude on Pivot. Because sometimes he act like he don't get it. Because Tyson was talking about how, all that money, didn't make me feel good. He said, I was still miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he was like, oh, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean? And we kind of knew what he meant. Like, he was saying, like, if, you miserable, all that money don't matter. That 30 million, the 300 million I had, he said it didn't matter. He said the only time I found peace in my life was when I did 3 years in jail.
That was crazy.
He was away from all the distractions.
So check this out. Tiger, what were you doing at 20 years old?
I plead the fifth. No.
Burning the streets.
Cooks, how old are you, Cooks?
41.
What were you doing at 20 years old?
Acting like I wanted to go to college and was, acting.
Yeah. Old, I was in college. I was probably like a sophomore, junior in college. Michael Tyson was earning millions of dollars at 20 years old.
I see what
millions for fighting. So that mentality, like, you already earning millions for putting men on their ass, yo. Then your mindset is like,
from Brooklyn.
I got all this money. My hands are licensed, but if a nigga fuck with me, I could put him down and hurt him. Like, you can't touch me. That's how he felt. So he carried himself accordingly. You know what I mean? With women, with other men, with whoever. You know what I mean? And to see him evolve and I think how he won now is because here he is, this incredibly strong, looking, invincible looking man who made himself completely vulnerable to the world. He opened himself up to the world and made himself completely vulnerable. He has cried multiple times in front of the world. He has confessed his sins in front of the world. You know what I mean? He has, and I don't mean like in a religious sense, just, he spilled his life in front of the world, you know what I mean? And let the world see like, hey, this is what I was doing was jacked up, you know what I mean? And how I was living was crazy and bop, 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 bop. And this is what I went through. And everything he spoke on, every moment that came into the news, he came back and spoke on it. When his daughter died, how he felt and what he wanted to do. Like, yo, most men, you ain't gonna just admit, I wanted to kill somebody. I didn't care who it was. That's what he said. He said, I wanted to kill somebody. I didn't care who. I just wanted to get my gun. And he was choked up when he was saying it. Choked up in tears. And that's a man who gets choked up off some real quick. You know what I mean? And I respect it, yo, because I know that's his heart coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing weak about it.
And for a man to be involved in such a brutal sport, bro, he is I feel like deep down he's a very tender dude. You know what I mean? It's like meat. He been beat, man. He been beat. Like spiritually, his spirit is like meat, yo. It's been beat on. You know what I mean? He, from a kid, you know what I mean? He witnessed a lot of wicked things. He's done a lot of wicked things. You know what I mean? People have done a lot of wickedness to him. You know what I mean? And to show him to evolve to this point now, I give him the utmost props, yo, and the utmost salutations, yo.
Exactly. See, people's
Iron
problem
Mike
is
all day. I love Iron Mike Tyson. Yo. Absolutely love that man. Absolutely.
A lot of people's problem is they don't want to see you change.
Yep.
They expect him to still be crazy Mike, talking ish. I'm gonna eat your children and all. They think people can still be like that.
Not to cut you off. Case in point, that white man on the plane. That white man on the plane. He wanted the old Mike.
Yep, and he got
old
a
Mike.
tenth of it.
He got a taste of the old Mike.
Yeah, he lucky. That's all he got.
He lucky because you kept pushing. A professional brutalizer.
Yeah,
you are pushing a professional. This man got paid to punch people in the face and put them on their ass and damage niggas. Like I've seen. Like his greatest hits, like that video
on YouTube, man. I'm like, are these dudes still alive?
You got to be ready for that. And I'm not gonna front. They showed a lot of cans. He was damaging a lot of tomato cans, but the damage he was doing, period, yo, was crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Frank Bruno wasn't no tomato can. Let me just say that. Tyrell Biggs wasn't no tomato can. He put the hurtings on them guys, yo. He found the Holyfield. I mean, Lennox Lewis, these guys, you know what I mean? Like he put the hurtings on these guys, man. So here you are poking the bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see him as a character. That's what it is. They see him as a character that he's not intelligent enough. He doesn't know how to articulate his words. They still see him as that, just
that's what I'm saying.
A punching character. That's it. Tiger put me on his latest, him now. And I've listened to him. He sounds very, very like he's in
at peace,
more spirited in his own, right. He thought about his past. He's learned from it. He's really gotten in touch with himself. That's the way I see him now. I hear the way he talks. I like him now. I do. I'm not going to say I didn't like him. I loved him as a boxer. I just was a little over the top with, some of the antics he would do. But outside of that, the way he speaks now, even when he did that stand up, what was it?
One man show.
Funny. Yeah, it was funny.
That was amazing.
Even then, I kind of saw him as comical. Like comical in a sense, like I didn't really take too serious. But not I don't mean I didn't take serious in a way that he isn't he isn't a professional. I just didn't take him intellectually serious. I just didn't. But now I can see that he's definitely, I listen to a lot more of his stuff, and that's what people need to do. You need to really listen. Don't judge by old stuff. Like there's a lot of things we're judging on, and we don't know the backstory to what it is now.
Turn your mic up a little bit, man.
Huh?
Turn your mic up a little bit. You kind of low.
My mic up a little.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, now you froze. Oh, there you go.
I
don't know, kind of low.
was low.
You're good now. I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I would say I like him now. I listen to a lot of the stuff he has now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely like I was saying, yeah, people, think he's supposed to still be the old Mike, and those are just people that just don't, if they think that you're supposed to act like that, then you haven't changed. You want to still see him act stupid or do what he did 20 years ago.
Nobody should want that for him. He don't even want that for himself, yo.
Yeah.
So why would you want that for him? You know what I mean? Like,
And
respect the man's evolution, man, and keep it moving. If you can't really keep it moving, but you should be. You know what I mean? Off top, you should be like you should be in awe and be like, wow, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? But if you can't, then keep it moving. You're not a Tyson fan, period.
Nah, definitely not.
I agree.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Because Tyson fans, they walk that walk with him, like the down into the valley of the dark valley and back on up, because he's coming up now. He's up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. He just has a special place for me in my heart, man. Like Tiger said, that the antics were something. You know what I mean? It was something to behold and something to be like, come on, Mike, what the hell are you doing, bro? Come on.
But like you said, his mind state wasn't there. He was, he was younger, like you said. What was you doing at 20?
Evolution that we witnessing, yo. Oh, beautiful, yo, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. I big time salute that, man. Like, I literally watched a clip on YouTube, right, like maybe 2-3 hours ago. Him, you got talking about when his mother was robbed by Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson allegedly took her earrings out of her ears. He said he was like 8 or 9 years old. But he remembers Tyson being the dude who took his mother's earrings.
Damn.
Fast forward, they tell Tyson this. Tyson is like, who, what, yo, what, who? He's like, yo, check this out. He said, if I did that, I apologize. Tell you God get in touch with me. I'll give him the money back for the earrings. I'll pay him for the earrings right now.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, if I had to take his mother's earrings, that means I was poorer than his mother. You know what I mean? He said that means I was really in a bad place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just, stuff like that. Like, he hears that and, it wasn't me. He just instantly shoots for redemption.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a godly man, yo. That's a blessed brother. You know what I mean? Like, Mike walked the walk, yo. He walked it.
Yo.
I salute him 100%.
Or
100%.
Yeah. People made off of him staying ignorant. That's what it was. They wanted him to stay ignorant. They wanted him to stay,
definitely.
Do his antics and everything like that. They made money like that. And once he became smart to them and what was going on around him, he started to build himself up little by little.
Yeah.
Very impressive steps that he's taking.
Are they doing a new Tyson movie?
Yeah, I saw
is Jamie Foxx supposed to play him or something, or somebody? Who is that?
No, it was
who is it?
I forgot who it was, and I was like he's playing Tyson?
Yeah, somebody's playing Tyson. Michael J. White was good as Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like him. Like, he did. He had that look down. But he definitely was pretty good as him. But yeah, that's my guy though, man. I got a pair of Iron Mike socks upstairs, man.
No doubt.
Mike Tyson socks, man. Yeah, definitely. With his picture on it, in the front and the back, and on the toe box part, it says Iron Mike. I think it says Iron Mike Tyson or just Iron Mike. I know it says Iron Mike. Iron Mike.
Dope.
Yeah. And even when he went to jail, I had one of them T-shirts. I'll be back. I had one of them black and white You remember them ones, the black with the white, and it said "I'll be back." It had his face on it, and it said "I'll be back." I even had one of those. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, Antoine said we made mistakes in our life. It's up to us to change to not make the same mistakes again.
That's fact.
Word
Word
up.
up. Word up, man.
And that's what we should be looking at and saluting with Mike.
That's
You know what I
growth.
mean? Yeah.
I post something earlier today. It said everybody gets old, but not everyone grows up.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like,
fact. That's golden, right? That's golden.
I gotta post it.
Golden.
And I don't be posting cool stuff like that, but
yeah,
I saw
that's
that one.
golden.
I said, "This real is real right here."
Yes, yo.
Yeah.
That's golden. That's real. Yeah, that's very true.
So, getting to some kind of deeper news. You know, we had another shooting. This was planned, and they also said that there was another one that they prevented from happening in Virginia. They was doing on 4th of July. You know, this. I mean, I'm kind of putting this in with. There's still police killings. There's still, you know, black people killing each other. Still black people killing black women. Like, it's just killing every day on the news. I ain't like to watch it. Open my browser to work, and it just pops up. I don't go look for it. It just pops up, and I'm like, damn. I don't think it's gonna stop. It's just how quickly you're gonna be able to stop, or you're gonna get, you know, because most criminals are stupid, so they'll post saying they're gonna do it before they do it. So if you get to them in time, you can stop them. You know, but you know, most of them, if they don't, all you can do is limit the amount of people that they shot or killed. But I don't think it's never gonna stop.
It's become it's almost, it's sad to say this, but it's become a part of the fabric of this country as of today. You know, it's become.
And I think it's been a fabric. It's just we see more of it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. It's like it's a bigger piece of cloth now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they making a shirt out of this joint. You know what I mean? Like it's a big piece of cloth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas, you know, 70s, and, you know, we were younger and stuff. It wasn't that frequent, but now this is stuff, man.
And SOD just said in the same weekend, 68 people were killed in Chicago. But you won't hear about that.
No.
You know why? Because it's when it's always a mass shooting, when it's a bunch of people killed at once, it gets more news than 2 people killed here in the hood, people killed here in the hood, and it's hood people killing hood people. You know what I mean? Still ain't right, but you're not gonna hear that more.
That's a high number, man.
It is
concentrated in
one city.
Community. Yeah, one city. High number,
but it don't fit the agenda either. As well too. You know, like I said, man, I think it's just been that way. We just seeing more of it. When I hear comedy specials in the 70s with Richard Pryor talking about stuff like this, or Malcolm X talking about stuff like this, nothing's changed, bro. Nothing's changed but the year. This is 50 years ago. We just, like I said, we see more of it because there's more media pumping it out. There's more agendas. There's more phones. You know, people have footage of the shooting happening in real time. You know, you didn't see that, you know, back then. It was like maybe 2 radio stations that played it, you know, or 2.
Dude, I saw a video of this kid was getting robbed in outdoors. It was like outdoors in New York. I want to say Brooklyn might have been. Looked like they was in a park, and it was like 2 dudes. You know, they ran up on him. It was accosting him. It was like a group of people around. Yo, they pulled out a gun, pointed it at him. Yo, you just saw all phones. Flip, 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 flip. Just all phones came out, and I'm like, y'all got me feeling
I'm just like, yeah.
Y'all are that, yo, Y'all getting ready to film a murder. Like, what the hell?
Because they want to be the first one to post it.
Desensitized, man.
Yeah.
Super desensitized, man. Yeah, man. They pulled it. Yo, you know, it was more cameras and phones that said fluff, 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 and like forward and went forward to what was going on. They pushed the phones forward. Nobody said, yo, chill, yo. They got phones out. Nobody said none of that. Dude was saying, yo, chill, yo, chill. And they like come bearing down on him with the joint out, and everybody's phone just converged on that scene.
And you know what's crazy? Not even running. You pulling your phone out like, all right, you ain't stopping him because he got a gun. You ain't even running.
Nope.
But you're going to stand there and film.
Yep.
Yo.
Film the boy getting robbed.
Yo, it's insane. SOD said, you stop making them famous, they will stop. And how you stop it? Stop making the shooter a hero. Don't say the name. If you catch him, don't put him in jail. Kill him on the spot. I bet you they don't want to do it again.
But that's the thing. That's the bias of this country, man.
Yeah.
Celebrate the wrong things, bro.
Yeah.
And the wrong people.
They said in China with TikTok, people get awarded that have TikTok accounts when they're doing something like
good
educational or something smart, like, you know, made the dean's list or something. Over here, people doing F shit on TikTok, they getting the most views, they getting more celebrated.
So I heard that in China that their TikTok their algorithm is completely different. It's like Tiger said, it's educational based, their algorithm. So all their TikToks are educational based. So and they push those other TikToks and other stuff, those algorithms to the US.
Yeah. To me, it's another form of mind control.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is Babylon, man. This is what they do, man.
Yep.
This is land of confusion, man. Land of confusion. Like that, they thrive off of chaos, man. They thrive off of chaos. You know what I mean? Because then it's always room for correction. You know what I mean? And it's not room for enlightenment with chaos. You can bring enlightenment to chaos and create and get rid of chaos, because enlightenment brings that knowledge and it brings that, you know what I mean? All right, now I know how to do this right. I don't have to do it in this chaotic matter. You know what I mean? Nah, they don't want that. They don't want that.
The best way to weaken, you know, armored people is through the mind. You know, you think I'm gonna be comfortable thinking that if they take a bunch of kids now and be like, yo, go defend the country. If you don't, United States is blown up. You think I got confidence in that? These weak, sensitive ass motherfuckers.
They probably end up killing their own. Be in the barracks, you know, get into an argument with a dude and smoke him. You know what I mean? You done sent your nephew, your brother, sister, auntie, uncle, you know, niece, nephew, your little brother, little sister, son, daughter, to go do that, be of service to their country, and they go in there and get into a petty argument with some sensitive ass dude with a rifle on his person and access to a Beretta 45 or whatever, and he come back and blow your people head off. You know what I mean? Like, you right about that, Ty. That's crazy.
Yo, we just had it happen in Atlanta.
Crazy with the guns, man.
Downtown Atlanta, this girl, 18 years old, broke up with a 19-year-old, and the girl is chilling with her 16-year-old friend, two girls, sitting in the car. The 19-year-old rolls up and starts shooting in the car. They pull off. The 16-year-old got hit, and they found a cop and told him, and then the cops, you know, ran to do and arrested him. This dude tried to kill his ex.
Dang.
Like, weak, man. These dudes are simps. Weak. You know how many stories I see every day? Dude killing a woman.
That comes from the broken home. Watch this.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at the elephants right now. Let's talk about the elephants. The elephants are wild, and why? Because in the 80s and 90s, they bared witness to their parents, their siblings, their grandparents all getting murdered for their tusk, and
Okay.
boom, shot in the head and all of that. So now you can't walk up to no elephant and just pet them and do all whatever. They going hard now. They don't have no parents. They don't have no patriarchs, no matriarchs and patriarchs.
Mm-hmm.
Transfer that to these kids of today. It's kids raising kids.
Or the men or women now.
Yeah, some of these kids, their grandparents is 40. You know what I mean? Their grandmother's 40, 45. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's crazy, man. And if you didn't raise yours right, they're not gonna raise that next generation of kids right. You know
so
what
we're
I mean?
seeing that now.
Yeah, and then it's a whole bunch of factors that we can just talk about all day with this thing. Then you take these kids, you put them into these schools where let's say this. When you take a picture, all three of y'all, if I said, all right, I'm gonna take a picture of all four of us, and I each hand you the picture, what's the first thing you're looking for in the picture? Yourself. So imagine you getting a picture of history, a picture of science, and you don't see yourself in the picture. Why would I care about this photo? Why would I care? You feel me? So when you have that system going on, that education, they're going into this and coming out, going in, coming out, and then you got parenting that's poor. You know what I mean? Putting them in front of these video games, which in these games they can live these fantastical lives. They could blow people's heads off and be reborn right again, and you get desensitized, yo. You clap enough people, you get desensitized, and then you bring in some other different no fathers, you know what I mean? No elder, and no one telling them, yo, listen to these elders. You know what I mean? They walk this walk, they've been through this. Brothers are coming out of prison, not saying don't go there. You know what I mean? They treating it as a rite of passage.
Celebrating.
You know what I mean? So you got all these different factors which leads up to them picking up the gun and then becoming, this dude in the hood, or D Rose, or I'm Allen Iverson, naming themselves after shooting guards. Cause I'm a shooter. So I'm gonna name myself RJ. You know what I mean? RJ Barrett. You know what I mean? Shout to the Knicks. RJ, you know what I mean? Or I'm gonna name myself D Rose. I'm gonna name myself. I know a kid who named himself D Rose here in DC.
He's a shooter.
Yes. My little man too. I loved this kid when he was at the school that I was at, and he was there. He was a no nonsense kid, yo. His brother went to the service. His brother ended up going to the service. His older brother, he was in the school with him too. And I'm just naming his name D Rose. D was no joke with. Before he put his hands on a gun, he was no joke. You know what I mean?
And guess what? If you took the guns out the equation and you still had these crazy ass kids, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pick up a knife. Pick up the knives. They're gonna pick up a hammer. So there's no whole notion that
it's
guns is a problem.
changing.
The criminals don't give a fuck about the laws.
Nah, it's changing the mindset, man. If you can't change the mindset, and the mindset is the capitalistic mindset, which is inbred in all of us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go get it. You gotta have it.
Get the
you know
bag,
what I mean? It that's embedded in us. So that leads to I gotta pick this power tool up because that's what I call a power tool. I gotta pick this power tool up and show my power out here and get something for showing my power. You know what I mean? If it's not respect, it's what's in your pocket. If it's not both of those things, then I might snatch you. I might snatch you out of here and get respect for snatching you out of here.
Yeah.
But either way,
I need that. That's the crazy mindset. They think they're getting respect by doing that.
Yes. Yes, I'm telling you,
They
I work with kids who've been like that.
Mm.
That's because it doesn't show supportive
You going in and out.
That's because it's a supportive respect. The education still
Your audio is still going in and out.
It was just chopping up a little
Choppy,
bit.
yeah. Come out and come in.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what be leading them to the gun, man, and to these violent acts, man, and I well with the Caucasian guys, I don't know, you know, their vibes is different. It's like a lot of oppression from their peers and stuff like that will lead them that way. A lot of us for us, it's more like I'm trying to attain power. You know what I mean? I'm trying to attain power because I haven't had it all my life. You know what I
Right.
mean? No one told me I was powerful who looked like me. No one who looked like me told me, yo, you a powerful dude, man.
Yeah.
And you ain't gotta pick that up, or you ain't gotta blah blah blah. You could do blah blah blah. No one told me. So this is what I know is power from generations and generations of seeing other people do the same thing, even if they lost their life doing it. Like at some point they had power. You know what I mean? So that's what it is for us, man. It's a pursuit of power. But for like your guy with Highland Park, that's the Chicago dude, right? The white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their story is a little different, man. I think it's more of a mental thing where they, you know, oppressed and like you said, weak.
And
You
he
know what I
got the
mean?
gun legally, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, if someone gonna do something and you can't stop them, they're gonna do it. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, there's all this, especially on the, you know, far left. They keep trying to blame the guns. The guns ain't going nowhere. It's
Not at all.
people, they are starting at the root of the problem. It's people that they got something wrong with them, man.
Straight up and down.
Yeah.
That's understood. Very understood.
Oh, she's back. Okay. Hey, back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You good. I'm gonna have to peel in a few though myself.
Say again, Grap?
I said I'm gonna have to peel in a few myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we touch on a few topics and just some upcoming music that came out that we want to let people know about.
No, I actually have the stuff right here. We pretty much covered almost everything on here on the list.
Yeah. We just want to get into kind of like the fallout, the Roe versus Wade, because initially, like when I first heard it, I thought it was like, oh, it's just gonna be illegal. What they did was they putting up to the states that don't have a mandate if they're gonna make it illegal or not in those states. Like I think there were already states that made it illegal. So what they did was just overturn that ruling, and then they're gonna leave it up to the states that don't have the ruling if they're gonna make it legal or illegal.
I heard that it was based on a lie. The woman lied saying that she got raped by a black man, and that's why she wanted an abortion. And I don't. I mean, that's what I had gathered in like just information passing. You know what I mean? That was one of the things that why, you know, it was basically, it wasn't for us for real. I mean, it was really to preserve their population. You know what I mean? And to promote us to decrease our population through abortion. And they say that's the highest element of population decreasing for our people is abortions. Not even gun violence or heart attacks or strokes or any of that. It's abortions.
I don't believe that wholeheartedly, 100%. I wanted to really read the court ruling for Roe versus Wade. So what I gathered from it, from in the court, it was this the name Roe is like a pseudonym. It was actually Jane Roe. They took Doe and changed it to Roe. And it was this 20-year-old woman who was not in best of finance, best of situation, and she wanted abortion. In Texas, they outlawed abortion altogether. She ultimately still had the baby, and she gave the baby up for adoption. However, she still wanted to pursue the right for women to choose, not forcing their decision on what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The whole decision was to still allow the states to choose like a level of how they want to handle abortion. So they first were thinking about the right to whether they wanted to fight about if the fetus is really alive, if this and that, but instead they shifted their fight for right of privacy. So it was about a woman's right to privacy in the situation that the state or the government shouldn't allow for them to, it should be allowed for them to choose their right. And so when the decision came forth, it said the states choose whether they want to do the first trimester, second trimester, or third trimester. So they left it up to the states to do something like that. However, back then, it was a political thing too. So she drove behind it, even though she still had the kid. As an adult, she made foundations. The woman who did it, she made foundations, Roe something. It was all Jane Roe Foundation, Jane Roe Health Clinic, stuff like that. Fast forward to today, she is now a public outspeaker against abortion. So the same woman who helped drive this Roe versus Wade
Wow.
now is against this.
Your phone.
So at one point, she was the one who basically came up with pro-choice, like came up with that, like her and her lawyers or what have you.
Go forward with it, and there were other people in Texas that were fighting the government of the state.
Your audio, babe, again, it's going in and out again. I don't know what's going on.
Just when the info gets.
Why you should have went into the kitchen.
I can't. The damn dogs, and I'm
should have put them outside.
So the whole idea was that the lawyer said, well, we're going to still fight this because it's about women's choice. Texas was a no-nonsense state, still is. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The woman just wanted to back it all the way through. And so now when they talk about the Roe versus Wade overturning, they think back then it was all political based. And when you thought about those, when they did kind of like numbers, it wasn't mainly black people that were, or brown people that were having these abortion. It was low income, middle class people. And even so, there were white folks too, a lot more white folks. They had a lot more white folks that were pretending to be who they weren't. They're black. Whatever it was that they weren't using their names. The parents were trying to find any name to use, their maid's name, whatever else, so that way they could get their abortions. So when numbers are skewed, when we think it's geared towards brown folks, in a way, it's more to minimize, at least what I think, minimize the voting for women. Their depression rate will skyrocket. The number of people who, the women's choice. So I told Tiger this, and I was talking to my son. It's not that I'm for any of this stuff. I'm not really I'm not bringing my political view on this. What I'm bringing onto the table for people to think about is, think about how this is going to affect women and men. The family dynamics. When a woman can't have her right to choose. Now, this is a woman, it doesn't matter whether it was whether it was by rape or by accident,
Consensual, right?
She has that decision with her from the full 9 months. And if the man isn't involved, then she further still has that decision whether she chooses to just or to have to deal with, have to raise the child. So if they have no choice but to raise the child, it's going to lower their psyche. It's going to raise babies that are always going to feel unwanted or like as if they were a burden from the get-go. It's going to mess up the whole entire family dynamics. And for those who couldn't have their own choice or didn't make their decision, or the states are imposing this, it is going to further bring us away from voting on active in and I'm strong in how political this how much of a political strategy this is than it is about women's rights. I do believe this is more of a strategy to hurt the middle class and the poor folks in keeping them further and further away from education. If you really want to, if you really want to help, why aren't they pouring this money and this strength and this work into the school system, into free medical? Like, give free medical, and then probably you won't have this stuff. My son, my mom didn't really teach me birds and bees. She didn't teach me about periods or whatever. I went to my nurse in high school, who then told me to go to Planned Parenthood so that way I could be educated.
And somebody just mentioned Planned Parenthood in the chat. Big middle finger to Margaret Sanger.
Like, really a decor. I said, but at first, Planned Parenthood really was a source of information until it became about the number and it became political. Then it changed its agenda. But it was really a source of information for young girls and for young people. For me, information. I didn't go there for abortion, or I went there because I didn't know anything about my reproductive system. Didn't teach me. I wanted to know about what really, pregnancy and everything else. What do I really need? And it gave me every tool I needed to keep myself safe and keep myself from making those decisions or having to be in a position where I would have to be making them. So when I say it changed my thought, and I'm not going to say I grew up poor, because I didn't grow up poor, but I grew up uneducated because both
Your phone, your audio is bad.
It is choppy. Well, I can't clean. I think it's just the whatever.
You good now?
It's your signal. I think it's got to be the internet, the Wi-Fi down there.
Probably.
But there were two. Not to cut you off, but there were two nice comments that came in. Tigress, I don't know if y'all can see them. I can't see them, but if y'all can see them.
Let me try to post them again. First with Margaret Sanger.
Yeah.
What she wanted Planned Parenthood to be. Yeah, I've been knew about this one. That was a quote that came out of her mouth. And then the other one was since the abortion law has been passed, it would be smart if the government made it easier for adoption, 24/7 daycare, mental counseling, marriage counseling, etc.
Yeah.
It just seems, but you know what? It just seems like the government, when it's a war, there's money. There's $40 billion when you want to send weapons to murder people. But when we need money to help our own goddamn people in this country, for teachers to make smarter kids, it seems like they don't want that, man. They want robots. They want
America
people to online with the system, what this country was built on.
Yeah, America eats us young, man. Sad.
Lower our population, or the Black population. Education would all that worrisome.
Yeah, and that's why they don't pour their money into education.
Yeah, say Planned Parenthood was a start for that, but I'm not gonna lie, it did give a lot of information.
Yeah.
It gave information. It gave easy access. Yes, it did. But did if education was given to the same kind of education up high priced areas to the lower areas, income areas. I'm just saying, it all this money being poured, and when you think about it, the gerrymandering, those lines are moving, they're fluctuating just to help in this politics and how they can get what they want, and
Yeah, not do what's right, just get what they want.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still have to, we got to find a way to educate ourselves because they're not going to do it for us. They're not going to give it to us. And all these overturning of Supreme Court laws, it's strategic. It's strategic to keep the American people that are not rich, that aren't rich, upper middle, keep them in their place.
Somebody said that for them to do that, they said, for an example, what's to stop them from trying to overturn the law and bring back slavery? You know what I said? Go right ahead and try that shit. I guarantee you that won't work. I guarantee you that shit won't work. A lot of people gonna get Swiss cheesed up.
Yeah, but they're gonna these news things are gonna be geared towards how can we create people emotional on this topic.
Oh yeah. That wasn't a mainstream thing. That was just someone making a comment saying, they can do that,
It's true, but we got to read before we react. We got to read for ourselves before we take news to be actual or factual.
Yeah. But this wasn't news. Yeah, it was just someone just saying it, But the media instills fear. You're right. They play on our emotions.
That's what made me do it. I wanted to read what is this overturn really? Harvard review that posed six professors of mixed race, and they each wrote their own idea and research regarding the political view of the decision in the beginning and now, and what it's going to do in the political sense. Because I wanted to know, how is this going to affect politically, not just the American people, not just women, not just pro-choice or not choice. The law was about the right to privacy. So what they're saying is, will this possibly open up other Supreme Court rules? Will make it a lot more less vague, a lot less vague.
Yeah.
And it could. I'm for it if it does open up more things that will protect us more. If it allows us to think more in depth, but we really need to think when these decisions are passing through the Supreme Court, there is a political agenda behind it.
Yeah.
Political force behind it. And what is their reason for this?
Mm-hmm.
What's their reason? It isn't to bring voting numbers up. It can't be. If they're numbers up, especially if they're talking about population control, the abortion will getting rid of abortion will diminish that.
Well, Stu made a point, and I heard this before. That shooter in Buffalo was reading manifestos about you got these idiots out here talking about white people are going to be the minority in 2050. I forgot what they call it, but they were saying that they might have did this because it's going to stop, since more white people getting abortions. It's going to stop. It's going to start increasing back their
numbers.
Their numbers, yeah. I forgot what the name of this racist shit. Like they said, like that Buffalo shooter, and it was some congressman had mentioned the shit too. Like yo, you got congressmen
A
from
manifesto.
from these states they just about their own race and no one else's race.
I read.
They was always, the Mexicans are coming here taking our jobs, but the jobs that y'all won't work. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, so much hypocrisy these motherfuckers be spitting, and they got the nerve to be scared about. We're gonna be the minority. So to me, that's the great replacement theory. Thank you, Third Eye. So to me, that's saying, so if you're worried about being the minority, like being us or brown people, so that means black and brown people are not looked at as humans then. If you know what I mean? So that means that's proving how bigoted and racist you are. If you were, you know what I mean? Because if their mind state is who we are and who they are, then that means they're not looking at us as equal. So if they're thinking that they're gonna be just like us, and they don't want that, so that's proving.
You ever see the
mindset, what they think?
Comparison of the politicians fought against COVID and the politicians who are fighting for the abortion, the overturning of the abortion. It is a spectacle that they talk about COVID and a violation to the body and choice, but yet the abortion is not a violation of privacy and human rights.
Yeah. How hypocritical is that?
That's American.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
Roe versus Wade, and they have the news of these people fighting and doing their little speech.
What are you doing up here?
Doing their speech.
Damn dogs.
It's
hilarious. It is. Someone said the same thing about the guns and the kids. They said it was like about with the Muslim. They're saying the same people that were fighting for that won't fight about kids getting murdered in schools. But you fighting about what women doing with their bodies, like like you said, that's America with 3 Ks, bro.
Of course, like the meat industry.
Can't hear you.
NRA and the beef industry.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, I said the beef industry and the NRA have a huge stake in politics. Now,
the beef industry and NRA.
Yeah.
Said they have a huge stake in politics. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
They've been putting money under the table. Yeah.
Very true.
Man, I'm sorry. If you were on Star's show right now, he would have hung up on you already.
I believe it.
Your shit is bad right now. He's like, you got one of those African headsets, he would have said.
That dude is terrible, man.
Yo, he be wilding.
Start to rain. But yeah, man. That's some deep stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's some deep stuff.
Man. So y'all, we got some new music listen before we get up out of here. Cooks,
I'm a little quicker than y'all. I'm in overtime right now, so I'm gonna peel a little quicker than y'all.
Oh,
but
okay.
For the new music, I do want to add a group. They're called Three the God Way. Three the God Way, and a DC group, DMV group. My guy Sean Bourne produced most of the tracks. Got it's three cats who are solo cats originally who formed the group. Sean Bourne, Camber, and my man Tim, but he calls himself Let the Dirt Say Amen. Mad nice in the mic.
Oh, it's true.
They're a dope group. Yeah, they're a dope group. So that together they call themselves Three the God Way. So they got some new music out. It's on all streaming platforms. So
Okay.
definitely check it out.
Definitely.
They also have Sean Bourne and Kimba have an album called Nino Green, which also has Let the Dirt Say Amen on there. Like, he's on like 3 tracks.
Hmm.
And I think that's how it evolved into Three the God Way, because he was on like 3 or 4 of their tracks on the Nino Green album. They was like, yo, we should do an album together. So they ended up doing an album together. So, but yeah, Nino Green and Three the God Way. Check them out.
Definitely.
All
For
streaming.
sure.
Right?
Definitely.
Tiger, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so
Grap,
much.
thank
as
you.
always.
Always,
Tiger,
brother.
peace and blessings. Thank you.
Blessings
Y'all
to your family,
appreciate you.
brother.
Big
Grap
salutes.
love.
Always.
They
Big
salute you
salutes.
too, dog.
No doubt. Y'all
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
y'all. Holla sooner than later. You
Definitely,
already know.
brother. Be safe out there.
Definitely. Y'all be blessed, man.
All right, man.
You too.
man.
All right,
Bye-bye.
peace. All right, peace, Tigers.
Yo, shout out to Grap Lover, man. Always showing love, man. Always showing love, man. Word. So glad, man. Like just doing things that you never know who you gonna meet. Like if I didn't do that mix, we'd have never met Grap. Like if we didn't do what we, you know what I mean? Like stuff you do in life, like you just don't know like what it can do, later on.
Yeah.
So
I
big
enjoy
shout out
listening.
to Grap Lover, man. Yeah, yo, we gotta put it in the universe. 4 Square Miles, the documentary, Mount Vernon.
Come on.
Heavy D, rest in peace. Trouble T.
That'd be
Roy,
dope.
Pete
I'd watch
Rock, Albie Shore, Case. Man, so dope, man. Dropping jewels. Dropping jewels. So Cooks, what was the so you had I didn't hear these songs yet, but you want to talk about got a new joint, DJ Muggs called
Yes.
Metropolis featuring Method Man and Slick Rick.
Yes,
What?
and he kind of made it look like a mini movie kind of. I think it's like 8 minutes long because it's basically him in the studio. I guess what you can call the intro. You know what I'm saying? He got it, doing this talk, but he's showing you, what we like. Hip hop in hip hop form, like the essence, like you were saying earlier. It was showing it like we like, but it was just
Right.
his scenario, and then like the artist never appeared, but it was just more of like murals of them and pictures of them and him adjusting buttons in the booth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of their flow, he probably have a picture of them, like somebody done spray painted a tag, like a full picture of them, like a mural or whatever. And it was real creative. It was more creative than anything, and definitely he was. As far as Meth and Slick Rick go, they pens haven't changed too strong. Like, they going off, especially Meth. Like, he got a point to prove. He said that, so and the next one is Red
real
Man.
quick, before you go to the next one, I want to mention something real quick about Method Man. He's on Math Hoffa's podcast. He's releasing little snippets before he releases the whole thing. But he did a snippet. Miss Cooley put it in the chat, and he's talking about how he was heavy on drugs and how he dissed Destiny Child. He didn't realize he dissed him, and because he was in his own shit, depression, negativity. He said he hasn't drunk alcohol like for 20 years. And we was always talking about how it seemed like Meth got better.
Yes.
It was because of the shit he was in. He was like, popping Molly. He talks about all that. He's transparent about everything that he was doing. And that's why I was like, yo, no wonder his pen has gotten better, because his mind clearer of all the bullshit and everything. And so when you said that, I was like, I know Miss Verse on there was crazy. But check that out,
So
man.
this is a true collaboration. He really created this with them, or did he like take snippets of their rhyme and include it in his music?
Yeah, no, this ain't a blend. This is a real track.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
And you said the next one was what?
Red Man. Yeah, you know what I mean? And want to get high. You already know, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But of course, but what grabbed me was he got Do It All and Mr. Cheeks on here.
Oh,
I never heard of Do It All. Where's he from?
Lords of the Underground.
Lords of the
Oh,
Underground.
he is.
Yeah.
He's
He's the one that
and
won the Congress seat, right? In Newark.
yes,
Oh, word.
First rapper
yes,
to win a
yes.
congressional
Good
political
for
seat.
him.
Yeah.
And to just to knowing that where they from, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop world, and for him to still be able to pull, hip hop dudes like that together, and
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, get down, and saying the beat was nice, the flows were there, you know what I'm saying. Redman pretty much did his thing first and let them shine, and it was just want to get high. It was just one of them videos, but you know what I'm saying, with having do it all in there, he was, you know, you could tell that he was being careful but having fun at the same time. But he spit, and Mr. Cheeks, he did his thing. So
No doubt.
for the people that's really into the hip hop, uh, check those out. You know what I'm saying? Check those jams out. They on all medias and on YouTube if you just want to go on and get to it. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Plus the tracks that Grap also threw out there too. I
Yes,
don't want to forget
indeed.
those.
Yes, indeed.
I
Three
want
to
to hear
God
the.
way.
I want to hear the lyrics to that. I'm interested in how he played off of the words "want to get high," considering he's in Congress now.
That's a good point. Well, weed is legal in Jersey, so he was
I
able
know,
to
but
get away with that.
he might have played off the words and did something else. That's why I'm
Oh,
interested.
yeah, he might be. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point. He might be
I
saying
didn't think of that.
high about life or high about
Yeah.
him winning the seat.
Yeah,
That's a
hmm
good point.
didn't
Good
think
point.
about that. I
Congress.
didn't think about that.
Oh man, that's dope. See, she's a Mets
Yeah.
fan, but she still knows her thing.
Yeah, but I noticed Cook's hat had the Mets and the Yankees symbol on it.
Yeah, what's up with
I was
Oh
that,
like,
bro?
yeah.
Oh, that's a
I was
Subway
like, go
Hey,
Series hat,
ahead
right?
now.
yeah. This the Subway series edition. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This the Subway series edition.
Okay.
I need one of those.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and that's the
saying?
I mean,
that's
I
the
put a
world.
circle around the New York Yankees with an X in
'Cause
it. I mean, a line through. I'd do that. Just put a sticker. I
2000.
would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you do that since we won the World Series when we beat y'all in 2000, but
Oh,
to each
Jesus.
his own.
Yeah.
You know
That
I'm a
team that
hat
won the
collector.
20-some championships. Yeah, that team, man. And the last new music listen. Shout out to my brother Samsung. Dropped a new album on the 5th of July. Like he said, that's when the real fireworks set off. Called
Mm.
hmm
Community Awareness. It is broadcasting on all media platforms. It's also available on his Bandcamp. Community Awareness. This is the end of a trilogy of albums he started years ago. Um, the
I
first,
remember when he was at our house
the first
and you were
album
doing,
was called Community Service.
yeah.
The second one it was Community Development, and this is the last one called Community Awareness. Dope MC. He don't curse, so you ain't gotta worry about listening to with your kids. Yo, I'm on. I think 5 of the songs. Doing cuts. Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna play some songs because shoot, this is our joint, so I ain't gonna get nothing flagged. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. You know what wait, hold on. Let me do this. Let me share the screen and then I can share the audio.
Hmm.
His lyrics are so dope. I love, I mean, I didn't know how much I love conscious rap, but I do. It's just heartwarming, I guess. I don't know. It's just,
hmm
Yeah, it
It's
makes you think.
fulfilling.
Yeah,
there
he's
should,
Fulfilling.
we got to make a platform for just conscious, stuff.
hmm
It's just
we
so
do.
dope.
It's Full Blast Radio.
I know. Make a segment like just a one day thing or a
Well,
set.
he has his own playlist, Samsung, on it with Meta's interviews and his listening party for we did one for
Yeah.
Dogma. We did one for community development, I think, as well. So we're definitely gonna do one for community awareness. It's produced by Finster. This is one of my favorite joints. This one's called Antisocial. He's got another joint called Calm, killing our natural gender. So you think about the title of that, and he's got pictures of Martin as Shanae, Jamie Foxx as Wanda. So kind of figure out what he's talking about with the agenda that's being pushed to especially black men, how they got them in movies. Grab's lover said, "Don't hate New York Mets. It's a home plate." It's all right, Grab. We Jets fans, so I'll let you slide.
I got one. It's right there.
All right, man. You put the Mets hat away, bro. You can put them away. You see them Yankees hats.
I got one for you. I got one for you. The Jackie Robinson.
No,
I got one for you. I got one for you.
It's just a thing I go back and forth with Tigers and stuff. Now, if y'all came out with some Boston hats or whatever, then I have to cut you.
Oh, no. I ain't got none.
Yeah. Patriots, Red Sox, and you don't get no burn over here.
All of a sudden, the stream will go flat.
What? Shut his mic off. All right, so check out this joint. I'm going to play a little snippet. This one called Antisocial. Let me know if y'all can hear it or not. Hold on. Let me take it off mute.
Yes. We love
I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening?
There's no question that face-to-face communications are critical.
You don't like my walk, talk, look, sense of humor, or what have you? That's your prerogative. I don't put it out there, grab you. At 46, I quit trying to get public approval. Different strokes for different folks, and I embrace being unusual. Peculiar in my pattern of thought, like Aristotle. My perspective for the most part lead and follow no man. Follow the most high, all categories from wellness to ethics and biology, the theories of ancient chemic. Watching rain hit the windowsill through the cracked window. As an elder on the street looked up, his eyes twinkled, his face wrinkled. Weathered by time, my spine tingled. He reminded me of monks and shrines and large temples. Gentle with a mental that's much sharper than Gensu. I turned around and turned down a hot pot of lentil. Thinking to myself, communication should be simple, but simple conversation don't exist no more. We can't hold a conversation, we can't talk on the phone. We got a text because our social skills are no longer strong. We don't listen, we just hear a bit and wait to respond. We don't get along, we coexist till everyone's gone. We can't hold a conversation, we can't talk on the phone. We got a text because our social skills are no longer strong. We don't listen, we just hear a bit and wait to respond. We don't get along, we coexist till everyone's gone. There was a man for all intents and purposes, we'll call him Billy, who grew up in Mississippi and later moved to the city. He went uptown Saturday night like each Dan in his garden Gatrell here, accented by Tom McCann, but he didn't understand the greediness of New York. He had southern hospitality, it wasn't his fault. Their consideration is kept in an emotional vault. In this busy part of the country, folks are all about money. A nice guy, but brother Billy wasn't wrapped too tight. An introvert during the day, freaks come out at night. In the past, he was known for going by other names. Those close to him considered him to be sex crazed. Some say his mom messed with him once he even explained that their relationship is why he sees women as waste. But it didn't show in his face, body language or ways. So who would know when he made a choice to relocate? We can't hold a conversation, we can't talk on the phone. We got a text because our social skills are no longer strong. We don't listen, we just hear a bit and wait to respond. We don't get along, we coexist till everyone's gone. We can't hold a conversation, we can't talk on the phone. We got a text because our social skills are no longer strong. We don't listen, we just hear a bit.
Yo, that one's called Antisocial. Dope.
I like that, where the social skills are no longer strong.
Yup. And I'm cutting in that KRS. Are you listening? Yo, yeah. Yeah, man. Samsung is that dude, man. I've been telling him, listen to, remember, like Tiger said, when we was in Brentwood, like this is what, 2013, 14, when he first dropped his joint. When I re-listened to it again, it sounds brand new. Because back then, I had apologized because I didn't really appreciate it until now. Because the growth of it got better with time.
He was ahead of his game.
He was ahead of his time. Exactly. Yeah, he was ahead of his time. Because the radio was, they were really in that lane of pushing bullshit. And I was DJing parties that I had to kind of play the bullshit. This is before Full Blast. So my outlet was doing my own thing or being on college radio with Digital. you know, and then him doing that, and then me doing shows with Rollo, you know, they were already on that vibe of seeing what was correct and what wasn't, because they saw it as a whole, not in music. They saw it in life. They saw it, you know, with the government. They saw it with, you know, how we were being pushed, you know, out in the industry as, you know, the bullshit, the slave shit, and not conscious shit. They because they lived it. They've been lived it. You know, so like Tiger said, he was ahead of his time. So me hearing that, now I told him, I said, man, I re-listened to community service. It's like, yo, it sounds so much doper and fresher, because now I appreciate that music even more, because I really want to push that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm gonna push it with you. I'm gonna push it with y'all. I got you.
Support this brother, man. Real good dude. Real good dude. And we got our own joint album dropping in September called Circumstantial Evidence. All beats I did produce. We got 11 joints called Circumstantial Evidence. So be on the lookout for that.
You already know that's my birthday month. You know I'm looking for that.
No doubt.
Buddy.
I think it's a week. I think we drop it a week before football starts, which would be perfect. So, and I like that, you know, our stuff is streaming on these platforms, because my brother Cooks, when he posts a story, he shares my damn beat on his story.
Oh yeah. Oh
in that
yeah.
rotation. Yeah. I was like, oh shoot, that was my beat right there.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense, because I'm like, yo, instead of me looking for other folk music, I'm always bragging about my DJ. So why not just use my DJ music? Because you can go right on Spotify, hit the button, and be on it. You know what I mean?
He put me on to it too. I'm like, because I don't use stories that much. So I went and did a story, and they have a search, and I put my name in. I was like, oh shoot, my music came up.
There it is. Yes, sir.
Well, I thank you, brother. Real talk.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Support. That's, you know what I mean? That's all it takes.
Yes, sir.
Support come in many fashions: sharing, talking to your people, just listening, just tuning in. That's just so dope.
Word up. Thank you, brother. And support to the chat, y'all. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
For supporting.
Love y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all.
The chat being active, that's supportive. That's
and commenting below after the show, that helps too. That helps push the algorithm. Like the comments you put in there, you could just copy, paste, put it in there. You know, stuff we talked about. When we talk about topics and you talk about the topics in the comments, that helps the algorithm.
Yeah. Let us know where we messed up on. Let us know, correct us. Send some information. Help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. And I was wondering, like, you know, like what else could I, like, as far as like when it comes to sharing and stuff, like what else can I do to help? You know what I mean? Like as far as like, cause like, you know, we got the Full Blast Fanatics and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, like, or should I like, cause they know I subscribe to you on Twitch. Should I go on Twitch and share some of that stuff? You know what I mean? Like what you, like, you know, like as far as like just ideas.
Yo, how have you been doing it for all this time, bro?
Yeah.
Just keep doing it, bro. It ain't.
Okay.
No, you can do this better. Nah, bro. You've been supporting, bro. Day one. Like, just keep doing actually what you doing, man.
Do y'all be seeing the Twitter stuff? Like, cause I know like the shirts be dropping.
When I go on Twitter, I see it. Like I said, I'm hardly on Twitter, but usually when I'll share, cause I have these auto posts where like I got this StreamYard. It's called Stream Deck. And it's buttons where I change the scenes. I found out it has a Twitter button that I can click it and it'll send a message to Twitter saying I went live. So I don't necessarily have to go on Twitter. But when I go on there, I see you and Al Mega and it's just someone else who always retweet my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dope.
Appreciate you. Real
yes,
talk.
sir.
Or Grap, my brother, man. Let me mod Grap up real quick.
Can we get a quick little preview of that other song you were talking about? Do you have it or no? You I don't know. You named a few songs.
From Samsung?
Well, no, not from Samsung. From the other artists. Like
Nah,
one from Grap that Grap was talking about. If we got a preview, or
no,
that
I
other
don't.
one with the.
No, I don't have those, but I don't want to play those on the stream because I played
Yeah.
mine because this is our own. I don't want to play
Okay.
the
Yeah.
other ones because the copyright stuff. Because we really don't play music on here.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you know Boob, you know the Boob.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So they give me my monetization back. They the Boob tube.
I know. Like I've been trying to find a way so that way I could help you get around that. It's
They
just
keep
so hard.
saying they keep saying they do a random review and they keep saying I'm repurposing stuff. It's not original stuff. I got more original stuff than me on here mixing, or they don't think it's me on here mixing. It's just it's stupid. So I'm gonna have to when I redo it again, which is I think the 15th. If they reject it again, I can appeal it. I have a certain amount of time to appeal it, and if not, then I gotta wait another 30 days. But the appeal process, I gotta send in a video. So when I send in the video, it's gonna be pointing to these dumbasses. Hey, you see that? That's what you see in the video. Mixing. It's me. It's not me taking videos from somewhere else. Dummies. So we'll see what happens after the 15th.
I got one question right quick. What now? Like, what's the tell me what like what's the when somebody is doing let's say a reaction video or whatever, and they do all that what we were just talking about, and nobody mess with them, and you'll do a regular Woo Wednesday, and they'll snap you right in the middle of it, and then you have to come back. Like, what makes them mess with you, but not mess with them, or is it just a difference in how everybody got their stuff set up?
Well, if I'm playing music, yeah, they do that because that's a copyright thing, playing music. But
Yeah.
I know that there's channels you can go on YouTube right now. They're just streaming music live.
Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah.
And it don't get taken down. Or it don't end. So I know they put my channel in like some type of high risk category. I know they did. You know, someone said online that sometimes the best thing to do is start a whole new channel over again. I'm not doing that.
No.
Because he's saying because once you're in that category, it's hard to get out of it.
Okay.
So, like I said, man, I'm just gonna have to like I said, we've been doing a lot more of these shows between this and sports shows. You know, maybe it'll change the algorithm of the channel. I don't know, but I'll after the 15th, I will send in that appeal video if they deny me again, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Word up. See what it is for now. Like I've been saying, come to Twitch.
Okay.
Come to Twitch.
You know what? I have a Twitch question too, because every time I try to catch you live, it seems like I don't catch you live. It's like I gotta wait till the recording drop. Like what am I doing wrong?
You don't get a notification. You have to because on my dashboard it shows me I have almost 6,000 followers. It shows me it says about 3,500 people actually have the live notification on. So if you subscribe, you actually have to turn that on. If you don't, you're not gonna get the notification that I'm live.
Yeah, I think some phone updates probably reset it, which is why some people say I did subscribe to the notification. Now all of a sudden it doesn't show it. It happened to me a couple of times too. I was like, I know I subscribed to the notification.
Yeah, some people came in and said, like Miss Cooley, she told me times I didn't get the notification that you live.
Yeah.
And Stubbs was in there and said, I got it. Like some people get it, some people don't, but that's a Twitch thing.
Yeah.
So I just tell people, yo, just put the notification, just put it on. Put it on live. Or try to just text me. Usually I'll post when I'm live. My main shows is Tuesday at 7 and Thursday at noon. I'm usually, if the other shows aren't the regular shows, those are like the definites. You know, usually I'm on every day at noon, but the definite like shows, which Throwback Thursday, It's definite every Thursday, and the remix shows is definitely Tuesdays at 7.
All right.
Sometimes if I go multiple lives, if you do it within 4 hours or less, it won't send a notification out.
That's
You
what it
already went
is.
live. Yeah. It's stupid.
Okay.
Like YouTube will do it. But yeah, and that's why Antoine said the premiere on YouTube. The premiere, which is not me DJing live, but the chat is live. So you can catch those.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. So if you see a mix, that was usually from me already live on Twitch, and I'll put it on YouTube. But it's not me live. People be in there, yo, can you play this? And it's like, bro, I'm not live.
Nah,
It happens all the time. Yeah,
Man, DJ Tiger, hey, Tiger and Tiger, listen. I went and unsubscribed and went back and subscribed to see if I could watch you live. I'm like, I must have, you know what I mean? So now
that's too
thank
funny.
Thank you for the question and thank you for that answer. Cause I thought hey man. So if you probably seen something that says some subscribed and re-subscribed in like the next 2 minutes, I thought that I had to redo the app and all this and that, but
It was
thank
a
y'all.
rebroadcast.
Yeah, if it's
Thank
the YouTube
y'all.
premiere, it's a rebroadcast. It's not live.
Thank you, man. My bad. Thank y'all.
That's all right.
I'm country. I'm sorry.
Everyone just quickly hurry up and they see the live, and it's like all about the music, and that's what it's supposed to be about anyway.
Yeah.
All about the music.
Exactly. Well, thanks, y'all. Once again, y'all, the grind mode. We do it every Wednesday. It goes down. Appreciate y'all. We'll have another special guest next Wednesday because my youngest son will be here. Our family reunion is next weekend. So, but he will be in town next week. So I'll have him on the show. Maybe Cooks, maybe we'll chop it up about the generation stuff. No, the generation. He ain't really into comics, but he likes comic book movies. But,
okay.
But we got something in the works for some comics and wrestling. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Shout out to Spadeonomics.
Stay tuned.
But maybe we'll chop it up with my son about generational stuff.
Okay.
What's going on? Because who can give better insight than kids that are in this generation?
Right. Okay.
I'm see it from their lens. Yeah.
I'm with it.
All right. I'll tell you why I'm subscribed to YouTube Music. Every feature isn't free. Yeah. Well, Destin, if you do you pay monthly on YouTube Music? Because I know $10 a month. Yeah, so you don't see any ads. But I don't see ads because I have uBlock on my
Wow. Never heard of that one.
Don't leave, Cooks. When we end the broadcast, I'm gonna push you on to. I can't put it.
Okay.
Yo, salute,
it's actually, I think everyone almost had it because I remember one time seeing it, and then I'm like, I don't know what that is. Exit, delete, and now I find out it's a good thing.
Yeah, because you think it's some type of spam thing, or it's gonna show you commercials or something. Nah, it ain't that.
That's been around for a long time. I do remember it.
Yeah,
I remember it.
I don't see no ads, none. It's beautiful.
Yo, this IT guy up the street that has his own store put us on that. We were like, what?
Yup.
He said yes.
Yeah, it's older dude. Yup. Said uBlock Origin.
uBlock.
Even because what's crazy. Before we get out of here, like I said, my channel ain't monetized, but they still putting commercials on my shit. But I don't get the revenue from it.
Like, how dare they?
Yeah, they put out an email saying even if your videos ain't monetized, YouTube still has the right to put ads on your videos. I was like, y'all some suckers for real.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, and you can also, and with that, Destin, with that, also when you paying that, you can go out of the app. And there are apps. I had my Android was like that though. It had a where you can watch YouTube outside of the app, and then you can like do other things. But I know, they have it now where you can pay for it you know, if you have an iPhone. I don't know if Android still has that, but I used to be able to go outside of YouTube and still have the YouTube minimized on my screen, and then I can open up IG, open up my mail. Now you can't. Once you get out of YouTube, it just ends. But if you pay for that premium, you can listen to it outside of the app.
And that's what I do. I'm actually paying for premium right now.
Yeah. So billions of money they be making, but you already know. Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Check us on the next one.
All right, y'all.
Shout out to Grap Lover, Younger Soul Brother, and Pete Rock, the original Chocolate Boy Wonder and the only Chocolate Boy Wonder.
I missed that conversation with Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah. Go back. You'll hear him.
I will.
Drop them jewels. Word up. Peace, y'all. Cooks, I will email you the link.
Never give up. I had to hustle hard. Hustle hard. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up.
Yo, picking up the pace, number timing it.